podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Voice Radio. Join us every Thursday and Sunday, live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What up? Welcome back, people. Consistency is key. It's Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're rocking out with you. It's Untitled. And, yeah, man, we just sit back, relax. We talk a little bit of everything, man. And I guess topics of discussion are, do you believe the world is flat? No. And do you believe that Daniel Jacobs could beat Caleb Plant at 168? I don't know, but we got a bunch of other topics, man. There's no intros, none of that. We just sit back and, you know, we chop it up. So what's up?
Kick it.
What up, fellas?
Yo,
what up?
Doomy's still trying to find his soundbite where the
fake
professor
soundboard he
explains
got?
why flat Earth is right.
Fake soundboard you got, Doomy? What's up?
Yeah,
That sounded dope.
I just pressed something. Did you guys hear it?
Nah,
I heard it. It
Nah.
sounded good. No, I heard.
Nah.
It sounded really good.
You're lying.
I heard it. You heard it too, Rick?
That was not his. Play it right now if it's working. Nothing.
You don't have it under control, but
I heard you in the back.
oh, he just slow on the ones and two.
That wasn't his. That was
Getting the hang of
me.
this shit,
That
bro.
was me. That wasn't. He ain't played us that air horn.
Whoever it is, hold on. Whoever it is, play it in 3, 2, 1. Wait, that won't figure out who it is then, right?
Look,
Nah.
look. I am gonna press play. His soundboard
All
don't
right,
work.
Now you press play.
All right, I'm gonna. Damn.
That's the sound fight right there. I'm gonna.
So y'all don't hear us say what?
Man, yo, chill, champ. Chill,
That's
champ.
big.
I told you, man.
Let's go,
over.
Tiger King. I know you saw Tiger
Damn,
King.
you jumping right into Tiger King?
Yeah, I like that.
Damn.
That was the impact, man. I like the Tiger.
He wanna pet.
What you like the
we
most
can
about
all-
Tiger King?
No, listen, we can get away from flat Earth if everybody here agrees that the Earth is round. If we can do that, then I'm good.
Bruh,
We
I
down.
never even
whatever.
researched it. I don't even know what's the theories behind this flat Earth. That just has
They
never
say,
been my
listen,
thing.
let me tell you, I'm gonna give it to you. First of all, you have to accept that gravity is not real. Gravity is not a thing. There's only up and down. Okay. The thing is this: they believe that the Earth is flat for a bunch of reasons, right? They think that Antarctica or the North Pole is in the middle of this flat Earth, okay, and that we center it. We're like it's in the middle, right? And they believe that the reason why we don't go over the edge is because there's a giant ice wall that prevents us.
What you know about Games of
From-
Thrones is the
That's
reason,
what
dog.
I'm
That's the reason. You know what I'm saying?
And on
You gotta
the other
hold
side of the-
wall.
Yeah, I hold on. If that's it, then we've been on the bad side of this wall the whole time. Well, I guess there really wasn't a good side, but yeah, nah, man. So that's what they think. They also think, what else do they think? They think because
basically
it's the curvature from like a long ways away, that
They
but-
believe that the pilots, all their meters and stuff, readers are rigged. They make them believe that they're flying in a curved. There's even guys that have done experiments where they fly, for 23 miles out, and after a certain amount of miles, I think 200 miles it was. One of these guys did. There's supposed to be compensation for the curvature as you're traveling, and he said that he never saw anything. You know what I mean? And then going real quick just to clear it up, because you basically said exactly what it is. The gravity theory doesn't hold, but the theory of relativity still does. And supposedly, we're shooting upward at 32 feet per second, and
I read that too.
and we're being pulled by dark energy. Now, anybody knows about dark matter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Enrique, dark matter?
He's gone. He pieced out.
Damn.
When
He went, I'm gonna go have
he
some
went to go do something.
ginger carrot soup.
ginger carrot soup, bro. With Lucky Charms.
So basically, that's you know what I'm saying? Dark matter is the most powerful energy we could get our hands off. Like a drop of it could power the whole city of New York for one entire day. So
Yeah, I seen
um,
Dark Matter on one of the Marvel movies.
and
Yep,
it's
they got
real.
dark matter.
Yeah, dark matter is real. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
real.
it's a real thing.
That's why we have these things colliding at in Switzerland. I forget the name of the damn
The
huge
Hadron
thing.
Collider.
Yeah, the Hadron Collider, man. We're trying to make up our own dark matter, and it's getting dangerous. It's getting dangerous, man. It's
Yeah.
next level.
But see,
So,
that's the whole
Doomy, you
thing for
sound
me.
like you
It's
believe in flat Earth.
Yeah, he sound like he believe in it a little bit.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's a matter of imagination for me, right? Like, if you're gonna go ahead and say that, the Earth is round, and I'm gonna say it's flat, it's like, have you been to outer space? No, I haven't. Have I been to North Pole? Have I seen the ice walls? No, I'm stuck here in Elizabeth, New Jersey. So it's like I'm at the mercy of the storytellers, the ones that tell the history. So I can't really say whether I don't or do, but I guess I would have to look into it more to give you a solid answer. Because biblically, I can read things in the Bible that would hint to that too. So it's a topic, really, honestly, bro, that I'll put it out there. Like I'm neither here nor there. It's just something that it's a mystery to me.
Look, I would concede
Flat
in
Earth.
the idea that it could be flat in like certain ways, like in certain like the way things move. You know what I mean? Like if you're moving real fast, or if an object's moving real fast, you know how it kind of thins out, the lines blur. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going so fast that it starts to get skinny. Okay, so like I can accept that it would be flat in certain ways, but in the way that lunar eclipse work, in the way that our oceans move, in the way that there is an outer space, because that's the other thing. If you believe in the theory where we're still moving up, like the sun is moving up and we're moving up, then you'd have to concede in the fact that there is an outer space. They don't believe in an outer space, that there's only, you know what I mean? That there's only so far up. So I don't know.
I don't think anyone has ever argued that there is no outer space. I've always read that we are a micro nano size of Earth, dust, grain, or whatever, however
Grain of sand.
Yeah, in the galaxy. So the Earth being flat, I've heard it's like a record player, rotating, and the sun is axis on one side. So it gets dark and light. They showed it on a record player. It kind of made sense that the Arctic wall holds us up, and you fly across on flat, and you never see the curvature when you're out of space or in a pilot flying in high altitudes.
I mean,
yeah, the pilots aren't high enough. But I've seen curvature from like the people that take those like just on the outer edge space trips, like the Red Bull guy.
Yeah, but that was
I've seen it.
That was a lens.
Halo jumping.
Because you see curvature.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
If you get curvature on a really wide angle lens, they call it vignette, and it bends. So you would see curvature. You see it on your iPhone now, the 1.5. If you click on that on that wide shot and you point it at yourself, you kind of see curvature.
Well, let's mention that because it's very important to you believing if it's flat or round. Like, how many of you on the panel actually believe? I don't know, and I know Buzz will probably fucking punch me in the face if you heard me. But like, how many of you believe that the moon is out there and that we traveled to it and we've really crossed these barriers in the sky? I mean, do you guys know about the
ozone?
No, the belt. It's a radiation belt that's around the world, and it's pretty much almost impossible to get through it. I won't get into it just now because it's a lot, but like just off of that though, like, do you guys believe that we actually shot out there?
I could believe it. If not, then we've been fooled. I grew up believing that the Earth was round. That someone has tried. I mean, it goes way back. If you look at like those cartoons when I was a kid, like Bugs Bunny, were old. And it would be a guy in the barrel at the very end, at the edge, and woo, falls down, right? But that still didn't make me believe anything about it being flat. But, if you look at the flat Earth map, it is flat. It isn't round. You see a globe, it's then round. So I started to, it's a conspiracy theory, right? So I started to be like, it makes you think, like, is it really flat? And then, those who hardcore believe it's not flat think that you're crazy. But then again, Albert Einstein was considered cuckoo.
Yo, not even Alex Jones believes in flat Earth.
It's fine. He
Like,
just had
that's-
I mean, what would be
We'll save that.
what would be like, I guess, the big deal if it was flat or if it round? Like, what does it matter?
Well,
it does
it's
matter
easier
at
to
this
think.
point.
It's
It means we've been lied to.
we poured a bunch of money into a NASA
Yeah.
program that wasn't real. Then that would be like the overture of it all. Is that like, where did all that money go in exploring a space that A, doesn't really exist, and B, we can't really get to?
Marco, you're saying that if the Earth is flat, space does not exist?
Space, outer space, like deep space, Saturn, all that stuff doesn't exist in a flat Earth. If you believe in flat Earth, and you can't believe in that, it's just the way that the mechanics are. And that's not me saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that this is, they don't believe in outer space. They don't believe in gravity. Flat earthers, to make their point, have to like overlook. They have to focus on one issue and not really count a lot of the other ones. Like in
So you say
here's the
there's
thing,
a finite
in science,
space.
well, yes, not a finite space. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't believe it. So, like, to me, I think space is ever expanding. I think that
so
Big
too.
Bang happened and space is just going. But that would not help a flat Earth argument. You get what I'm
But what if
saying?
we're like a record play, like a record?
Well, then how would a solar eclipse happen? There are times where the moon
Well, it's
and
the same thing. It's a record, and it's probably underneath of. I don't
Let me-
know.
let-
It's kind
let
of.
me-
It has to be proven more.
Let me
But
jump
it
in
makes
real
you
quick.
wonder though with their replies.
Have you
the
guys
conspiracy theorists.
watched the
I-
movie
I
Gods
just-
of Egypt?
Let me just
Yeah,
ask
that's a good one.
questions because
All right, so
I'm
if
the
you
only
watch
one
Gods
that's
of
never
Egypt-
done any research on this. So let me just ask you guys questions. All right. So it's like, so what's the argument from the flat Earth believers for a question like this? So everyone is lying? Like that's
Who's everyone?
What do you
the
mean?
people
The
that believe in
world?
Earth.
No, the
Well, either you
world.
were fooled or they're lying. Yeah,
But
that's it.
you-
Either
you're born-
either
you're born
you've been
in-
fooled or
you're-
you've been.
You're
Go
born.
ahead.
Everybody's born into the system. It's not whether or not you think that that everybody's wrong. Is that you know what you know because it's been put into these institutions for you to learn. You know what I'm saying? So it's
So
like
that's my point. Is it one giant conspiracy?
Well, when you deal in
Like,
esoteric
why
knowledge,
wouldn't they want us to know it's flat? Like, what's the downside of knowing it's flat? Why
Well, Mario
lie
just
and say
mentioned-
it's round?
Mario just mentioned it. Our space program budgets are fucking crazy. The amount of money that's dumped into these programs is crazy. So I mean, same thing is talked about dinosaurs. That this is a science that was made up, and also it's just another way to rewrite our history. But we can't sit here and go crazy. You know what I'm saying? We got to take things for the grain of salt for what it is, and it's like, at the end of the day, if it's a flat Earth, how would that truly affect me? Is it affecting me now, whether I know if it's round or flat? Not really. You know what I'm saying? It's not
My
affecting.
only thing is like when like big time celebrities come out and talk about it, or like NBA players, and it's like, yo, they're affecting the way that my niece looks up to them. She doesn't look up to me. She
True.
looks up to, the people on social media and IG, right? Influencers. And when they start saying it's like, I'm cool right now, it doesn't bother me. And even if they were right, like, just like you said, it doesn't affect me right this second. Whatever they spent that money on, they're spending it. I can't stop them. To believe this, it would take, years, hundreds of years to affect change and get people to like revolt and shit. But at this point right now, all it does to me is dumb down, a certain a percentage of people moving forward. Does my niece start to believe it and others believe it?
How shocking that, since you asked that question, how shocking would it be to you that if they had evidence and proof that the Earth was flat?
Oh, I'd be done, bro.
I mean, look, it would
I
be
smoke too
it
much
would be
to not be done.
it would be definitely
Crazy.
shocking, and
Fucking
I would
nuts.
be taken back, and then I would probably question everything that I've learned in
Exactly.
school.
So that's why they kind of hide it. You know,
But that's my
also,
point. What's the gain from this giant conspiracy that's been going
I
on
don't
for
know,
hundreds
but
of
they're
years?
talking
Control.
Hey,
Control
no,
over what though? Because I see Elon Musk still trying to get to space. So if there's no space,
Yeah.
he's wasting money too.
Yeah,
No,
nah,
but
I believe in
it's just-
space.
I think it's something about has to do with God that they're trying to hide, and it's religion, and the world has certain power over people because of religion.
Oh,
And-
chill.
Yeah,
You were
no,
talking
no,
way
it's
too
not
much
even
about
about-
my screenplay.
It's not even about religion, bro. It's
Yo.
about fear. The way the
It's
government
about
controls.
religion. It's
the w-
about
no, religion.
I think it's religion. I think it's a
Religion is
thing,
just
too.
a tool used by the government. Remember, everything
Exactly.
is fear.
If they didn't have
Listen,
that tool,
everything
what would
is fear.
happen?
That's why they have to tell you life after death, so you can fear causing sin as man. Oh, if
Heaven and hell,
if you do
can fear the ramifications of what you do on this earth.
exactly, so that you don't kill, because if you kill, you're not only gonna get punished here, but you'll get punished in the afterlife. Everything is with
Never mind,
fear.
killing's a fucked up thing to do, though, right?
Everything is with fear. They want to control you with fear. But listen, let's move on from the flat earth thing in me, Bob. I want to bring up something. I hope everybody has something at least they want to bring up. I guess Enrique's is Tiger King. You don't get two. Mine's is going to be 90 Day Fiance. Yo,
Oh, man, I
That was-
seen
yo,
them. I seen them
That
on
was
me and
one
my
of
girl. I
the.
didn't watch
That
it.
was one of the shows I used to watch with my grandma when she was still here, and I took care of her.
insane, bro. Insane, this show. I mean, yeah, sorry
It's
for your
insane.
loss, obviously. Stop.
Appreciate it.
But this show is insane, bro. Like, this is the first time I'm watching. It was all accidental, and it's fresh in my mind, so I wanted to bring it up. I even wrote it down in my notes, like, remember to talk about this on Untitled. But right now, you got this Brazilian. She's with a guy from, man, I don't know where that fat dude is from, bro. He's, like, really out of shape with glasses.
Yeah, you watching the previous season? They got new season. Damn,
Yo,
she got
is-
famous.
Is that
She got-
Brazilian
Yeah.
girl? Did she get Botox in it? That's the one we talking about the same one where she
Yeah,
got
we
lip
talking about
injections,
the same-
bro. She literally told him like, "You gonna pay for these lip injections, or I'm not sucking your dick." And if swear to
Damn.
God. And she said, "Yo, if you pay for these lip injections, this is gonna motivate me to really suck your dick."
His name is Colt. Colt.
Hey, it's not, yo, but she calls him Colty.
Colty.
Colty. Yo, a month later, he can't even get no butt. None. She got him on Smidash. He gets
No,
nothing.
but he's a cornball. You see
Super
him
corn. But this is what I'm telling my girl, like, dudes that get these mail order brides, they just like they social awkwards, like they're geekazoids, bro. And they never been with I'm watching one. Is this little short, pathetic looking? I feel so bad for him. Like, I'm telling you in detail because I got to. It's my job, but like, I feel so bad for him. He literally looks like the penguin, no neck. He has to shave.
No neck. They call it no neck.
He has to shave the beard on so that it looks like he has a neck, so you could distinguish like his chin that he doesn't have from the Adam's apple that you can't tell from the neck that isn't there. It looks like it's just a football helmet on shoulder pads. Insane. So he's with this little Philippine chick, and you already know she's like, you could tell she was some prostitute, and now she out here acting bougie. Like, my man got you in the hotel. He got the Bavros champagne with the strawberries. Stop acting bougie. At the end of the day, I end up liking her because at least she gave him the puss first night. I'm not saying she had to, but
they don't do that a lot.
But I am judging. I am stereotyping, and I know that prostitution is crazy in fucking the Philippines. It's no different than Thailand, and I know that if you are a mail order bride, you probably fucking sucked some dick for some money before. So like, why was she acting so shy? But every episode was kind of funny, man. The one from Oklahoma reminded me of Israel. This dude in Oklahoma, bruh, he's got this baddie from Barranquilla, Colombia, and she's pregnant and everything, but she's like, yo, we not coming back to Oklahoma. And I wouldn't go back to Oklahoma. That shit looks like Bruh, yo, Israel always inviting people over there for lunch. I don't know. It look like they might kill me over there, bruh. Like, yo, that shit look like Get Out.
He always inviting people for
Bro,
lunch. Yeah,
bro,
he is though. He
That
is.
shit look like
That's
Get
funny.
Out over there. The girl is like, I'm not going back. You know what I mean? I'm not
Like
going
just
back.
because it was boring, or like they were racist.
Bro, you
around,
can
or what?
tell
She
she's
wanted to take over
Colombian.
her
Listen,
mom, too.
listen. First of all, she's Colombian. She dresses like a
Colombian baddie. Hell yeah,
like a
I got you
Colombian
fully.
dom piece.
Oh, I'm
the
there. Yeah, I got like 4 or
yo, the
5 girls in my
redneck
head.
mom is like, well, that's disrespectful. Cover up, put some clothes on, and it's like she's
Man.
like, I'm not going there. She needs that New York City life, Miami life. She's Latina. She ain't
Yeah.
trying to be in Oklahoma. But yo, I'm recommending that shit. That shit is crazy. It's
So that
not.
sound dope. What does he do that he can afford that shit? Like,
I don't know, but he was getting a new job offer, which was gonna bring them back to Oklahoma for more money. But she ain't having it. She's not trying to live in that state.
that's
It's crazy.
crazy. That's crazy.
Nah, but that shit is funny, bro. I'm telling you, 90 Day Fiance.
Bro,
Yo,
So, like,
that-
here's the thing. There's a difference then, like, with prostitutes that, like, you get the girlfriend experience from, right? Like, you keep paying. Like, if you got that kind of money and you're like, yo, I like Heather. She's really cool. Like, there's something about her. So you keep paying Heather every day. Like, she's gonna keep coming and taking your money and pretending
Absolutely.
you're together. So, like, why would you do like something other than it's probably cheaper to send off for like a mail order bride? I guess is the only. Is that? But then you get what you
No,
pay
it's
for.
absolutely cheaper, but then you're living in fear. Yo, poor
Hell yeah.
poor girl from Atlanta. First of all, the Dominican dumbing me down, fucking up my name. He didn't even get a haircut, no shape up.
Oh,
the
shit.
girl from Atlanta, and everybody's on green card status. They trying to get their green card. So this 90 Day Fiance ain't like we in love. It's like we in love. I got a fake till I'm in love. I need that green card. I want to be in America. So this Dominican dude, he don't even give a fuck about him. That's the only thing I like about him, that he was prideful. He said, fuck a green card. He said, I'm going back to Dominican Republic. You can't come, bitch. I'm going over there for more than a month. She said, but when you coming back? He said, I don't know. She said, I love you. She said, I love you. He said, okay. And just left with his, he looked like a broke Romeo Santos.
Yeah.
Yo, and he over there partying, talking about, oh, I hope Chantel don't find out. Meanwhile, the cameras got this nigga with a girl all in the air, riding the air. He air riding in the fucking dance floor. Bruh, his sister trying to hook him up with her friend. Just so much stuff, bruh. Crazy. But 90 Day Fiance, yo, if you got a girl, you should watch it with your girl. And if you don't, I guess it's still pretty cool because you see these weird desperado men. Look, the dude from Oklahoma actually didn't look bad. Like, I didn't, and his girl is bad anyway, so it worked out for him. His biggest issue is that his really, really white mom don't get along with his really, really Colombian beautiful wife. So he got a decision to make. You know what I mean?
Nah,
the
she
father,
was super
yo,
overprotective with the baby shit though.
Yo, the father, on the other hand, when the mom's like, oh my God, what is she wearing? The father just smiling when she walked in the kitchen. She walked in, yo, with the little nightie on, the father with the big old smile, like, hey. But nah, man, 90 Day Fiance, that's one of my recommends, man. One of my recommends.
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna check it out for sure.
So,
Doomy, what you on?
Yeah, what do you got? What are you recommending for Untitled? What are you bringing to the table? It doesn't have to be a show. It could be anything, you know? It could be conversation.
I was bringing the whole flat Earth thing, but if we're gonna stay off just whatever topic it is, I mean, let me see. Around the world we go.
We can come back to you to give it some time. What do you got? What do you got, Mario? Mario's usually prepared.
Man, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I loved the questions that. Oh, was it Info Joe? He had. I know we're probably gonna go through them though, right?
Yes.
He was talking about which movies are better and stuff.
Definitely.
And so I'm just gonna pick one of his questions real quick because it's really good. He has a list of movies that I guess like he's just asking which ones are better and which ones are not. Damn it. I pulled it up and then I lost it.
Well, let's take it from the top. We got the first one is coming from Terrell Harris, a.k.a. Fire Flame. He says, is there ever going to be a Border War 7 review show? Interviewing all the fighters, both losers and winners, to talk about their experience and what the future brings. So, I mean, look, Info Joe asks for a review. Supermex wants a review. We got a few people that want a review. I'm just like, how do you review something that you don't know when it's coming back? You know, it's so much uncertainty right now that I don't know. I feel like I've lost that passion, and Border Wars itself has lost that momentum. We were coming off a very successful Border Wars, and we had put together a very successful card that was going to take place in July. It was really a jam-packed card with some really great fights, but coronavirus hit, and you know, it's just like this pandemic has everything on halt. That's kind of where I'm at with Border Wars. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I'd be willing to do it. I was there. I got to do commentating for a few of the shows, and to be honest with you, look, I've covered a lot of fights. Actually, we're going to count my tags the other day. I forgot to do that. But it's probably somewhere in like 3.5 dozen, or probably closer to 3 dozen. That was the funnest card I've ever been to, top to bottom, of anything. Amateur, because I'm also talking about amateurs, by the way. Pros, like all that. It was, every fight was awesome. So I get why people would want to have that kind of show, and I would be super down to have that kind of show too. So let's do it.
Yeah, man. All right. So, Doom, you want to add anything before I go to the next one? I know.
Nah, man. I started watching the Broken Mirror series, man. That shit had me fucking.
You mean
like,
Black Mirror?
Man, I'm jealous.
Yo,
of
you
Black
mean
Mirror,
Black
yeah,
Mirror,
Black
you
Mirror.
old head? He said Broken Mirror.
Black Mirror is fucking.
Well, it's got a broken mirror
Yo,
or broken phone screen.
Tell me
so.
you guys watched the record one yet already?
I haven't
not yet.
rewatched it. I've watched it before, though,
boy.
remember?
You guys
that-
suck, man. How are we ever going to talk about that? Did you
You
at
know
least
why?
watch the
Because
dating one? Where it's an app on the phone? Doomy? He ain't even watched that one.
Which one?
You ain't watched the dating app?
one.
Bruh.
Where they
Did I-
find each other
No.
through that. Yeah. And then
I-
they have a limited amount of time together.
Exactly.
And then they got to go to the next one.
Bro,
Yeah.
Bro,
On
that
to the
shit,
next one.
bro, like
On
the
to- yeah.
the writer,
That's
the writer is insane, bro. Like
Yo,
that shit
there-
is so thought provoking. Can you imagine that app? And then I don't want to give away the ending. Do you remember the ending?
I don't remember
Oh,
the
all
ending
right.
very
I
well.
won't give it away. I won't give it away. But yo,
I've seen that one a couple times too. But,
yo,
but you
no,
know what?
I
My
recommend
answer
that
is
one
to
all
yours, right?
day. Huh?
My answer to yours is the last one of the last season where they get into that car crash and the person works for the insurance company and they have that device where they put the goggles on you and they can see what happened in the accident. Remember? And you don't remember that one where she goes to the woman's house and she had just committed murder? None of this is spoilers. This all happens in the first 6 minutes. Remember? And she's afraid to take that person, the insurance test with the goggles. She's like, so anything that you see, you can't use it. And she's like, no. This is just for the accident. This is the only thing we see. But she ends up seeing some other stuff that like is like, oh shit. And she realizes like, she's like, oh shit, this person committed murder. Like, what do I do?
What
'Cause we're not
episode
supposed
is
to
that? I
use
don't
it.
remember that shit.
That's the final episode of the last season. Or it might be the first episode of the last. It's definitely in the last season for sure. And obviously there was only 4, right? One
I
was
thought
with
the last season was that dumb Star Wars looking one.
the movie?
No.
No, that's the 3rd season. That's the 3rd. There's a 4th. You know, there's a new season that came out, right? With Miley Cyrus.
Oh no, that's probably what happened. I ain't know.
Yeah, you missed that season. That
Okay,
season's
no, that
dope.
gives me something to watch.
That's
I
gonna
can't
be
believe you
answer to
guys
yours right
haven't
there.
watched that. I mean, this guy, he's all out there. All right, so I'm moving on because Doomy didn't watch it. We got David who says, let's talk about why they never came out for the new Fight Night video game. Let's come up with ideas for a Fight Night game. What fighters to have in it, and how to rate them, plus gameplay features from real life boxing that can get. Excuse me.
I don't even know
added.
what's the holdup, man. That shit's fucking whack, man.
I think it's
feel like
See,
licensing.
they never this was the original thing that's what's happened. After the last UFC, they were done. And they were supposedly considering doing the next Fight Night. Those were like rumors, by the way. EA Sports never confirmed anything other than as soon as they were done with UFC, the contract was over. Now I don't know what ended up happening with that, to be honest with you. All I remember is that they came out and they did say at some point they were going to start a new series of fighting, and they already had wrestling, they already had MMA, so everybody just assumed it was boxing. But they still have not come out and like officially confirmed in EA Sports like anything. But I like the way the champions work. Every single fight night. I just love the rating system. You know what I mean? Like the way that you can come out. Some of them have been a little off, like a jab for like a certain fighter. Like you put it at 100, it's gonna look the same way. Like Mike Tyson's gonna throw the same type of jab as Butterbean, as Mayweather, as Diego Corrales. You know what I mean? That's what I didn't like. But other than that, like maybe just more versatility in styles.
I don't mean to just totally just flip the pancake here, but what the hell's going on with this tiger at the Bronx Zoo that tested positive for coronavirus?
Yo, my girl sent me that.
Bro.
Yo, they said New York got it the worst, baby. Even the animals getting it.
Damn,
dog. That's crazy now. It's over. Like, that's it.
So get this, guys.
Bro, that's all propaganda.
Nadia, hold on.
That's all propaganda. Because how the hell the tiger get tested before us?
I'm about to tell you, man. Nadia, a 4-year-old Malaysian tiger, was tested after she developed a dry cough and had a decrease in appetite, according to a news release from the Bronx Zoo. This shit just sounds like so much caca. How do you just happen to say, hey, Nadia the tiger's coughing, and she has a, come on, man, she could have been like yakking out a fucking bone or something. This is just, maybe it's the conspiracy theorist in me, but what the hell? How do you, exactly, Ness, how do you go and test her? Why? When can you tell that a tiger has a dry cough? Does a tiger tell you it's a dry cough? Like, I don't get it, man.
But I also saw, I forgot who tweeted it, that it was like a Facebook post from some random person. I'm assuming it's a random person. Maybe whoever posted it to the group chat knew this person. But it was like, yo, my aunt or uncle just died of a heart attack, or my father or mother just died of a heart attack. And the doctors here is telling us that they're going to tell people it was related to coronavirus, when in fact this person was like either suffered from heart attacks before or whatever. Like it really didn't have to have anything to do with it. But essentially the post was about like they're trying to rack up the numbers.
Yeah.
And anything not, you heard about that? So any deaths right now that are not like acts of God or just crazy, like, you don't get hit by a train or a bus or a plane crash, is going to be considered. Like if your body just decays to the point of it not working, it is now you died of corona. So like, I don't know if that's true or not.
I seen that. That was a little Facebook post, man. You can't believe everything you see on Facebook. I said it was a Facebook
post. I know, that's what I'm saying. But like, all I'm saying is now this tiger's got it. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, this thing keeps mutating.
It's such a public, an animal in such a
public thing. I know, right?
Where exactly. Everyone comes to, I mean, obviously right now they probably are shut down. So it's like, if the tiger contracted it, it must have contracted it from an employee, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, because ain't nobody petting that tiger. Especially not after Tiger King, motherfucker.
Yo, and that's Cash fucking topic, I think, but he over there
on the phone, man. Get on the phone.
Yo, I still wonder like
corona
if you
results.
could get it like through just the act of sex. Like now I'm not talking about like,
I'm pretty sure, why not?
Well,
like what?
But I'm not talking about like you being so close or you kissing her. I'm talking about like, let's say like y'all are fucking through a glory hole. Could you get it that way?
Of course,
you know
it's intercourse, the fluids. I mean, the shit, the sweat.
I didn't know that, man.
Sorry.
I mean, you got coronavirus on your dick.
Yeah, hell yeah. It doesn't change the way that it doesn't change how I live my day-to-day life now. It's just nice to know. You feel me?
Yo, I left off when you was talking about 90 Day Fiance, but
because it wasn't important to you, bro. Thank you.
I had no interest in that.
Because you ain't hear the story. You would have been interested. When I
can come back and give my topic.
He just hot. All
right, we in here. Yo, you know why he's good at the all right? Because that stems from Newark. That's some.
What are you bringing to the table, bro? What's your subject you talking about? Tiger King, bring it up. Let's hear it.
Yo, first off, Tiger King, I heard about it through the Boxing Voice on Untitled last Monday. And I'm the type that I actually enjoy Tiger shows where, because I like to see the danger, feel it, but I'm safe.
Yeah.
I'm safe watching it on TV.
Oh yeah, smart man right there.
And I always look at like lions and tigers and grizzly bears as like demonic. If you look in their eyes, some of them have scars. They actually king of the jungle. But watching Tiger King, right, which follows like this one guy, main character that I really fell in love with as just like a character, because he turned out to be a gay meth head, alcoholic, everything, was Joe Exotic. And it was just like this gay hillbilly with a mullet from Oklahoma who had a zoo called GW Zoo. So they were basically comparing his lifestyle with this other guy whose name was like Bagahan or something. I wrote it down.
Doc
Antle, bro.
Bagavan.
Oh,
Bagavan Antel, aka the Doctor.
Who was loving that name?
Yo, the fake doctor.
Ready
Yo, they asked him,
pronounce it.
what you a doctor of? He said mystical science.
The mystical arts.
Exactly. And they asked him, what
Fucking
is
sound like Harry Potter.
Bro,
They were like, Bagavan me. He was like, friend of the Lord. And this dude,
I said, all right, Snape, get the fuck out of here.
and it was the girl Carol Baskin. So all these three were the highlights.
She's famous too, Carol Baskin lady.
What? I didn't.
They all were Instagram famous.
TikTok famous. She's
TikTok, Facebook, everything, right? That's that.
Hello, cats and kittens.
What kind of numbers Joe got? Joe ain't got no numbers.
Joe had numbers.
He in jail?
He in jail now, but he had numbers.
He still got an Instagram?
Bro, he ratted on Doc and
he ratted
Tim and everybody. They hit that motherfucker with 79. He was like, nah, champ.
Yo,
He was like, what about them? What about Baskin? What about
him?
Yo,
keep it G though, man. That's fucked up. The shit that he's told them about. He ended up linking up with Peter, and then they told him that
Peter
Doc, not Peter, the
stripper
organization, the organization,
PETA.
Yeah, and it was crazy because the accusations towards that dude Doc Antle was serious, man. He had a crematory.
Yeah, all of them were serious. I mean, they were all exploiting
bad people. They're
the
all
animal.
bad.
Period.
There was never a good guy in that whole fucking show.
I mean, everybody does something. I mean, there's more animals being bred, tigers rather, being bred through them and in America than there is in the jungle. There's like 600.
Yeah, there's only 4,000 in the world, but there's like 20,000 in Oklahoma.
Yo, Izzy, I know you holding them cats.
Yo, what if Israel be like, yo, hey guys, I actually know Joe. I visited the farm once. I'm like,
yo, you're about to have lunch with Izzy. He gonna open the barn door. A cat gonna come at you and shit like.
Yo, what's up with the girl that put her hand in the cage and lost it?
Yo, she wilded out. She wilded out,
but she came right back to work.
Yeah, right back to work for nothing because ain't nobody even give her a meal. Nobody even gave her a little millie for her hard shit.
I don't want bad press for the fucking thing. Like bad press, bitches ain't your place.
She was there for care for the animals.
Yeah, she was worried about the animals.
Dog, I'm just saying, yo, one of them took my arm. Like, yo, it's my fault.
Bruh.
Same
And
time,
that
fool me twice.
That
amputation.
amputation.
Have a studio. We need one.
Yo, that amputation.
He had a studio.
Listen, that amputation that the doctor did on her arm was shitty too.
Yeah, it looked bad. I mean, that was
Joe Exotic probably gave him $500 and a fucking ticket to the fucking Tiger show.
Well, I like the story of Joe Exotic because he was hiring, and not saying that he was a God's given blessing to the earth of Oklahoma part, but. People were on the bus stop. Come on, I got a job for you.
I mean, look, you could look at it. You could look at it. Like he was a good Samaritan. Or he was just using people, though, man. He was hiring.
I don't have to pay them as much as I would somebody who really know how to take care of a tiger. By the way, do you take
look
your
at the
kids
living
to a place
conditions
where the people being hired are right off the bus with
Bruh.
like no fucking prior experience?
Those animals.
Jacket in that bitch.
Those animals.
Yo, when he flexed on them and he put that jacket on when they cut her arm, y'all seen it? He was wearing that paramedic jacket. Like he took off his regular coat and put on a paramedic coat because there was a situation with the arm. Like, yo, that was the strongest
Yeah, he
flex
was cuckoo.
the
He
whole
was
show.
cuckoo.
Yo, he
Listen.
was.
And I liked him for that. He had his gun. They asked him, "You got this gun for the Tigers?" Like, I got this gun for the people who trying to take my motherfucking Tigers from me.
Yeah,
Yo, I
well,
just liked
you know,
his beef that he had with Carol. I never trusted Carol from the door.
Yo, what
I
you
need
think,
I
though?
need the spinoff, man. I want to see CSI on her husband.
Hell
Yeah, I
yeah.
think she did it. I think she did it because, like, I
I
told
think
my
she did
girl that she did it, and then, like, towards the end, like, she turned out to be like the goody nice one, but like, I feel like she did it, bro.
Good.
Nah,
Goody-
she wasn't no goody,
goody
She
nice
was attacking
one.
this man, Joe
Bruh.
Exotic's parents, bro.
Bruh,
The
she's
people that had nothing to do with it. She was trying to rip them off. Like, fuck her.
She's far
She
from
was-
goody nice, bro. She was just smarter than everybody else, so she had
Yeah.
plenty of volunteer work and was keeping all the money.
Well, Doc,
Yeah.
the Doc was
Hello,
smarter
cats
than
and
her because
kittens.
she didn't get in no trouble either.
All right.
Doc
Alright.
trouble
Yo,
out.
let's try to get a hold of her as she starts her show from now on going, all right, and we'll get
Yo,
Doomy
hello,
over here.
Cat
Bro,
and kittens.
she was doing crazy numbers on YouTube.
It is. She's
Super,
doing crazy.
super crazy numbers.
Nah,
I mean, look,
so I enjoyed
Joe
that.
Exotic.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I
that
like,
was a good ass.
I like seeing it like
it was like
that.
4 docs in one.
I broke night. I saw it and I saw part 1 to 3. Probably started watching it at like 6. It was 9. I let my kids watch TV. I went to my attic, did some things, came down and was like, let me rewatch. Let me finish this up.
What
3
was your
a.m.
favorite
I'm
part,
like,
man?
damn. It was actually a really
Bro, what you think about Trav shooting himself?
Wait.
Oh man,
good. Yeah.
What was
Yo,
your
that
favorite
was
part?
crazy, bro.
Trav,
Poor Trav.
Yeah, poor Trav.
He was the
bro.
pothead. He was the second husband. Remember they had the video of him. He. It was an accident supposedly.
Bro,
He killed himself in front of that dude, the campaign manager.
yeah, the
Yeah.
campaign.
That campaign
Yo,
manager.
but why
was working
everybody
at
all of a
Walmart.
sudden? Why
and got
everybody all of a
graduated.
Why everybody all of a sudden wasn't gay?
Yeah.
Right?
You saw?
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
say
no,
that.
we're not gay. I've been dating girls.
Oh,
for a
I
long
ain't
time.
gay.
I like, motherfucker, you was kissing on him. You gay.
Nah, bro,
property of
listen.
Joe on top of your dick,
was
and you're not.
using-
Nah,
I don't
they
care
meth
what you thought
heads,
in your
bro.
mind.
Bro, they meth heads. They would do anything for that meth. He was keeping them right.
Why? Oh, that's
Remember
why
that?
they
Remember that scene with Pookie from New Jack City, played by Chris Rock?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I suck your dick.
That's exactly what they was doing.
That's it, bro. That's literally what it
Yo,
was.
his clown ass boyfriend gonna try and cover up the tattoo, and that shit's still showing. I'm like, bro, he ain't got no teeth. You wasting money on a cover up. You ain't got no front windows in your mouth, bro.
You asking the Tiger King for trucks? Like, what happened to the grill?
Yeah, man. He ain't care. He's
Yeah,
like,
no,
this is
y'all
what
seen
I
him
look
now?
like.
Though? He got his teeth, and yo, they look pretty good. Like he got some really good ass teeth now. No, he does, bro. Yo, a lot of posts on Twitter and shit. Like girls are like, "Damn, look at him now," and like he looks completely different with teeth. Like it's weird. Also,
Yo,
I
he
think he was
kinda-
like shaving his eyebrows or some
His
shit.
mannerisms, and y'all could disagree with me, his facial shape and the way he nodded, reminded me
Oh,
of
you
Keith
said that
Thurman.
this morning. Yeah. Oh, you said
reminded
it
me of
last.
Keith Thurman.
Yeah, you said that yesterday.
Put a
I was
picture
like,
side
yo, I
by
don't see
side.
it.
Yo, you gonna see?
I don't see no Keith Thurman.
Yeah,
Yo, you wilding right now.
That's crazy.
I ain't saying it in a disrespectful way.
No, I'm not saying
It's
you
like if you're
is.
saying that
I'm
Stefan
just
and
saying
Urkel
you
look the same.
crazy. That he'll look that
Errol
like him.
Spence said he questioning his character, genuine of his character.
Yeah, I seen that, but that's only because how Keith was moving when Earl wanted to fight him. How Keith was moving, but it's no different than how Keith moving now. Crawford want to fight him, and he moving the same way. Same shit Keith was saying. Oh, I want Pacquiao. Now Earl talking about I want Pacquiao. They all say the same shit. Make me sick.
Yo,
That's that funny, bro. You can't hate on it.
Hey, yo,
What
King
you
Mello
mean?
said
Dairy
those
Queen?
songs.
Soon as
Yo,
soon
that
as you in
What'd he say?
soon as you in the driver's seat, you start calling out. Same thing happened to Cotto when he became an A side. He gonna make Canelo and Sergio Martinez do catchways.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was my Netflix film review of the weekend. You should watch it if you into redneck hillbilly ratchetness.
I'll tell you what y'all should watch if
With
y'all haven't
Titans.
watched it yet. Black Monday. Best fucking show on
That's
TV
with
right
Don
now.
Cheadle, right?
Except for
I started
Westworld,
Ozark.
maybe.
I started Ozark.
Ozark's fucking great.
I'm on my
Ozark's
fourth
really great.
episode of Ozark and fifth episode, and that's just fire so far,
It's
bro.
fire, bro.
Yo,
it only
cartel
gets better.
crew- Yeah, the cartel dude is next level. Like he didn't even know that they were stealing from him, bro. And just off of fucking OG shit, got it out of them.
See, I've never listen. I met people in cartels. Like that's not the way they look to
Woo!
me. But I'll tell you,
Check out Mario.
at the same time, I ain't never met
Cartel
somebody that
dropping.
live over there. You know what I'm saying? But to me, they dress like cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Like the way they got these two dressed up
that's
like they're going to
different.
GQ and shit.
Nah, but you talking about they got different cartels.
No,
you
they
know?
got different levels.
And
in
it's,
cartels. You're right.
and it's younger generation, bro. Everybody don't want to look like a fucking vaquero.
Not,
Cowboy shit.
not even
Yeah,
all.
I
It's
get
just
ya.
certain ones. You know, some of them are real paisas. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's
That's
not.
where I'm from. They just like you could spot one like that because you're like, God damn, this is the only dude with a platinum fucking cowboy belt. Like this is crazy.
Yeah, no, I knew one. Well, yeah.
Yo,
What's
why y'all
another
ain't talking about Westworld? So y'all don't watch
Good
Westworld?
idea, Doobie. Yeah.
What's up?
Oh,
Y'all don't watch Westworld?
Oh, I watched the shit out of Westworld. I haven't seen
What's-
yesterday's episode, but yo, Doomy would love fucking Westworld.
I barely watch TV,
Love
so
it.
you know, that was the first time I sat down and
Wait
watched
a minute. So
television.
conspiracy theorist Doomy ain't watch Westworld?
nah, man. You guys are putting me on right now. Like
Conspiracy.
to a bunch of
That's the
shows.
most conspiracy show right there.
You-
That's
you
starting
falling
to fuck
asleep.
with my head. I'm like, yo, what if I'm in a fucking simulation right now?
Man, fuck a
Like,
simulation. How
he's
many?
my
this loop-
simulation?
Fuck a simulation. How many Dorises is there? What is her name? Dorothy?
Oh, right,
Dolores.
Yeah,
How
no,
many Doloreses out there?
Dolores. Yeah.
What's the
man.
other girl name?
Multiverse.
She's better than me though.
I like the multiverse.
Do
idea.
you
Dark
think?
one?
Do you think this? Do you think there's another person just like you in another universe, in an alternate universe, just like you, look exactly like you?
According to
But he
Westworld,
wearing a
yep.
blue cap.
According to Westworld, yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's just a whole nother. You know, there's a person that looks exactly like you in this world.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's
There's
what you
another
believe.
one that's like made out of fucking candy.
Is that what you
That's-
believe?
With the infinite, it's just
Yo,
keeps
that's-
going and going.
Yours is Tyrone Spung. So it's like you have to go too
That
far.
motherfucker just walked through the fucking the portal. and
Yo,
showed
let me
up
get
on
to
this
some of
side.
these questions.
Except he's been eating his protein. That's the only difference.
Let me
He
get
been
to some
eating
of
a
these
shit ton of
questions,
protein.
yo. We got Brandon in Cincinnati says, if you could only eat one food for the rest of COVID-19 epidemic, what would you choose?
Steak, easy.
Mediterranean.
I just want to eat a steak. That would be the only food. Sirloin, just give it to me, because that'll keep me healthy. And at the same time, I'll get bored with it at some point, but I can imagine getting bored faster with everything else, except for things that are bad for you. You feel me?
Oh, So my
right.
daughter, here's the question. She says chips. I'm like peanut butter and jelly because I'm making
Man,
myself.
y'all are a junk food family. That's
Yo,
nice.
Peanut butter and jelly
You
will
having
hold
a
you
good
down,
time.
though.
Oh yeah,
hold you-
Will. That's true.
Peanut butter itself, just a tablespoon of peanut butter got some.
They don't-
good
they
You
calories.
probably
can
don't
eat
teach-
everything,
they
man.
don't
'Cause
teach
not
their-
you personally, but anyone can. Because I was doing keto, and I kind of got tired of like steak and bacon and cheese and sandwiches. I mean, no sandwiches and eggs and cream cheese on that kind of shit. It just
A bunch of milk that you've been drinking.
yeah, but it
Nah, I'm
went.
bullshitting. I'm bullshitting.
I went for like a year and some change on that. Then I did vegan, and I was like, oh, I could do this. And then again, it's like, damn, man, I'm tired of this like cauliflower rice with this plant-based butter and this,
Yo, my
Soul
food,
taste.
Hey, you ever had
Yeah.
one of them fake Whoppers?
Yeah, I've had plenty of them.
them Impossible
Yeah.
Burgers.
Yeah, they're good, but I
They're good.
stopped having them as
That's
much.
where I had it. I had it in Arizona, and I was like, ooh. I was thinking Oklahoma for a second. No, but I did have it in Arizona, and I was maybe saying, well, this is Arizona. Maybe it's this kind of Burger King. But, Burger King patties versus, like, what's the spot? They got it, too.
Whopper?
No, they got the Beyond Burger. Bear Burgers. They make it real thick. You never heard of Bear
What
Burger?
that is? Nah.
Nah,
We
it's
got
probably
Whataburger.
Burger?
It's probably the
We got
next level
Whataburger.
burger.
That's
Man,
what
y'all
we
need
got.
to leave the house or something, man. Bear
It's
Burger.
coronavirus. Can't go nowhere.
been
Yo,
out
so
for
my food that I could eat throughout the whole pandemic is gonna be
Mantu.
Doomies, baby.
What?
Zoomies, yo.
Doomies.
What'd he say?
Is Peruvian food. It's called lomo salteado.
What the
hell's
fuck?
that?
What is that?
It's steak.
With the papas, with the
Steak.
You can
rice.
think of American pepper steak, but Latin style.
Okay, I feel you on that.
So
And what else?
American pepper steak with white rice, a nice thick, not thick like oatmeal, but a thick dark sauce. Some fries. Some fries with that
Wait,
sauce.
fries or papitas?
Papas,
Papitas,
but they're papitas, but they're soaked in that
And that sauce and all those ingredients,
that
dude.
sauce.
Like, I could take the meat out and just eat the rice and the papas. Like, it's
Yeah, just off the
That
meat
sounds good as
sauce.
shit
No,
to me. I
all
can
day.
eat that. See, my mom makes stuff like that, but she makes it like I don't think she makes it the way ours saying. Like it's a little more I
Yo,
don't
it's
say white people
Peruvian,
food,
so
but-
ain't nobody making that shit around here. I gotta go to a restaurant to get it. That's not my dish. But
I do the Mediterranean, champ. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm vegetarian, so it's like
Yeah.
little chickens with the salads.
Fake
the
You're built for
onions.
this.
Bro, it's just so good because it's like, ever since I left meat, it's just been like, I understand that the flavors are in the spices. So it's like, when my girl makes like these farro bowls and all this other stuff, it's like there's so much into these bowls that like every bite I get is like whoosh, like mad flavors. So,
Damn,
like,
that's dope.
yeah, so farro bowls is probably something that I could do all day.
Take
all right, we got Sid in Orlando. This he was just answering Brandon. We
Yeah,
got
get the Joe's
George
question.
Foster. What a corny question. Is Deontay Wilder a legend? He will not go down. He will not go down as a legend at the current
wouldn't say
moment.
that.
Not at the
I
current
would-
moment.
at this current moment. Yeah.
Come on.
But listen, neither does AJ. And I don't even know if Tyson Fury does. Like, are we kidding ourselves right now? Like, this has just begun. Nobody's done nothing yet in terms of what they're capable
Nah.
of doing.
I think he'll
Tyson's
go down
done.
as a legend, bro. Look, he's knocked out every guy. Like, except
Bro,
for
a legend is a strong word. You better Google it and get the exact definition.
I mean, I don't know anybody
Like,
else.
we compare him to Muhammad
has-
Ali? Or we compare him to Joe Frazier? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
legend.
just, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Legend is legend.
I'm gonna second with Mario's phrase. This has just begun. It is too soon to say legend, but they may be legendary babies right now in the making.
I could feel you.
So-
I could feel you on that.
I could say 5-6 more years of accomplishment, and then retiring. That's when we say, "Yo, he's a legend." Because we're still saying Manny Pacquiao's a legend.
But
would
he's
say
had such a
Manny-
long career, you know?
Man, he's not human and shit.
I mean,
That's
look,
true,
it
too.
doesn't go off of what you've done. The
it's
definition.
legendary moments.
Now, the definition is an extremely famous or notorious person, especially in a particular field. The man was a living legend.
Right.
So I guess he could be called one technically, but I mean, in boxing sense, I don't think so.
Well, we're still in that time. Like,
We're in the
that's
time
why it
frame.
always trips me out. Like, people don't understand.
But he's asking
like,
the question now.
Nobody knew how brilliant like Einstein was until years into the future. Nobody knew how good Shakespeare's plays were until fucking generations later. Like, all I'm
Apparently,
saying is that most people aren't recognized for how great they are until after they're gone. Like, now, look, I used to hate Mayweather, but I could expect a Mayweather fight every year. Now that he's gone, I realize that he's one of the greatest and probably smartest athletes of all time.
Who?
Floyd played it right. He played it right. Perfect.
And
he
you
knew
think?
exactly what he was doing.
And it was
But
all.
now that he's gone, I recognize it more.
I think it was a plan. It wasn't just Mayweather. It was a collective thing. And
No, it is definitely. Yeah, I just kind of use his name because he's at the front of it, But Al Heyman, listen, Al Heyman is going to
He the
now.
legend.
We
He
don't
the legend, the
understand
myth.
exactly. He is going to be some crazy thought, some mythological person in
We need a
10,
Netflix
no, probably
documentary
50
on him.
years. Because he changed the game of boxing. He changed the game of boxing in a way that no one individual has ever changed a sport before. And for good or for bad, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just simply saying he changed everything and everyone followed suit. So, he's definitely a legend. I can't wait for that movie, but we'll never get it though.
That's what
can
I said. I
promise you
can't
we'll
wait for
never
that documentary.
Yo, Morgan Freeman.
Hell yeah. That's it. You got it.
What, he's
Yo,
legend?
Fun. Yeah, Morgan Freeman, a legend.
Morgan Freeman.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
Oh,
We
I thought
got.
you said to play Al Heyman.
Yeah, to play.
Yeah. That's
We
It
what
might
got,
be Jamie Foxx. You don't know.
I mean, yeah, it
Hey,
could
yo,
be Jamie.
I can see Jamie Foxx.
And yo, Reek, what kind of sandwich you eating, Reek?
P&J.
PBPBJ. Yo, I
Oh,
got
this man-
Alvaro.
man's ready to dive.
I got Alvaro that says, what diet are you guys doing or have done in the past that you had your best results?
My best results, I'm always a diet person because I'm around food all the time. So I got to pick. With a diet, I know what and what not to eat. Otherwise, I'll go crazy right now like I did. Like I'm at home during coronavirus season. But the one that showed me the best results and I was excited about it was the keto. Because I went into ketosis, which is when your body goes and uses energy, fat for energy, and I slimmed up drastically with it. I then broke it because I started, going out with girls and drinking cocktails, and sugar is what you're supposed to stay away from. So I broke it with cocktails and beer.
I'll say that I'll go the opposite than what I'm probably sure you are going to go on. The most successful diet I ever had was to bulk up. I was this guy, I got down to like 168, and I wanted to get up to about 195 to lift a certain level, to get past a certain hump. And I increased my carbs, whatever I was taking. I can't remember what it was, but it was by about almost 200%. I increased my carbs. So a diet that's based around carbs and only carbs is going to have you feeling super fucking good. It's also going to help you build real strong muscle that does not go away, because I've done like bulkings with like powders and of course steroids. I've been open on this show before. I've taken cycles before of testosterone that was prescribed by a doctor. You know what I'm saying? So
Like
I'm
Winnie got the Winnie and shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna have the feds raid my house right now, but but on my most strictest eating them carbs, bro, any carb diet is gonna have you bulk the fuck up. Yo, I was Superman, bro, Superman.
So what do you stay away
315.
from if you're on a carb diet? Like if you're vegan, you stay away from meat and cheese. If you're a vegetarian,
That's the thing. And the opposite, you don't stay away. You go towards rice, either white or wheat, or pastas, specifically pastas that are wheat. I found like white really slows me down, but that could just be me. But I would start off with wheat everything before graduating to white, with the exception of rice, because there are certain nutrients in rice that whole wheat doesn't give you. In fact, some people say that wheat is bad for you in general.
Yeah.
I've never done the full study on that. I read about half of that book, that wheat book. I forgot what it's called. It's on my iPad. And it made a lot of sense, but it just wasn't enough to get me stopped.
Do you
off
eat
of it.
meat?
Oh, fuck yeah. Tons of meat, too. I guess I should have started off with the protein, but I figure everybody knows the protein. Like, listen, and no matter what you're doing, no matter what diet, protein has to be the focal point. But in my case, carb was really the focal point because I was working out so much, and I was also using supplementation. So I got a lot of protein directly
on the keto diet. Protein is part of it, but you can't go over a certain amount, based off your weight and your goal weight, and the amount of calories you burn throughout the week. And if you do, then it knocks you out of ketosis. So protein is a focus, but there's a balance.
For
it's more
me,
about fat.
For me, the most, effective was counting macros. Once you learn how to count macros and you really, look at everything that you're eating from a numbers standpoint, you can really eat whatever you want, whenever you want, as long as you continue to count those numbers. And once you put it into your mind that everything has carbs and that sugar is fat, it's very easy, very easy. If you can keep a track on the numbers. In the beginning, it's hard, but that's really the calculations, figuring out how much an egg is, how many calories in an egg, how much fat is in an egg, how much fat is in your avocado.
Yeah, but don't you you make it sound like you eat whenever you want, but you only have a allotted amount during the day.
Yeah,
right?
no, you count your macros,
Yeah,
you count your
you count.
calories, you count your fat, you count your
I
protein,
understand
and you
that.
count
So
your
you
carbs.
can't eat over anytime you want. If you
You
get
could
hungry
get a
at-
You can eat whenever you want, bro. You can eat whenever you want. You got
So what's
numbers.
the number?
You just got to
You still
stay
don't-
within the numbers.
All right, so then you can't eat whatever you want, because if I go out and I get home and I'm like, damn, I had whatever.
He's saying you could eat whatever time you want as long as it's within that. Like he's talking about 24 hours.
It's misleading.
Oh, I feel you. I feel you.
It's a
But it's not.
Say
But
it
it's
that
not.
way.
Listen,
I tried
for
it,
me,
man.
for me, all right. But that's you, and you didn't have
I know,
success.
I'm
That's
telling
why.
you,
That's why
you
you went to
can't.
keto. But obviously you didn't do it right. For instance, if I got 2,500 calories, right,
Right.
and I got, I don't know, I would have to open up my app.
Let's say
but
100 protein, 100 carbs, and 100 fat, just
but
to be safe.
That's
Right.
very low.
I know that's wrong. That's
That's
wrong.
very
but let's
low.
just say that.
But you know, as long as you stood within that, and believe me, it could be done with street food, with going to Outbacks, you know, wherever it is that you want to go, you'll stay
That's why I
within
fuck
that.
with intermittent fasting.
You'll
That's
stay
why I fuck
within
with
that for
intermittent
real. You'll stay within that, and then you know what you got left. So, yeah, maybe you ain't gonna be able to have another fucking steak dinner in the same day, but you still got numbers left to go home and eat something else.
It's about
I-
portion.
I
It's about portion.
I
It
had a
is.
good experience with the paleo diet.
Paleo diet, yeah.
Yeah, I had a good experience with that. And at that time too, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand that like it's certain times during the year where you're more inactive and active, you know what I'm saying? So it's like during that time I remember I was active. I was eating like a caveman and it was working pretty good, you know, and at that time I was eating meat. So, you know, I was eating the meat, eating the fruits and like combining everything and it was pretty easy. It was pretty easy. I didn't find it that hard. And I had a lot of energy and stuff. But once I cut the meat, you know what I'm saying? It's just I'm eating like a lot of carbs. You know what I'm saying? I'm a carb-based guy. And, you know, you have 3 body types. I think I'm mesomorphic. I'm in like the in-between.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you know, my portions of carbs, the proteins and all that stuff. It's mostly carbs, but I get my proteins. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I tell people who eat meat, you know what I'm saying? You guys are eating the middleman protein. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
I get it from the plants. You know, plenty of plants have. If you Google a chart, protein, plant proteins, you'll see various proteins that are really good for you, and they're easy to. You know, they have that chemical affinity, which you like. You know what I mean? Eating flesh. You know, like I said, I'm not a hater, but when
No.
when you're eating flesh, you know what I'm saying? It's just different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It doesn't have that affinity with the body where we're basically plants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. That's why, listen, I'm going to let everybody know a secret. If you fuck with YouTube the way I fuck with YouTube, you've seen how many commercials with these, you know, ripped ass dudes without their shirt. For some reason, they're always in their house without a shirt. And they're like, yo, you want to get ripped? Have you ever seen movie guys, actors that got to get ready for a role and they got to play Thor in 6 months? Like, y'all seen that, right? So all it is the answer every time is intermittent fasting. That's it. I mean, yeah, they're going to come with you some stuff and they're going to probably try to throw some science. It's don't waste your money. It's just intermittent fasting. Go Google intermittent fasting and it's exactly what they're trying to get you to do.
I knew this dude. He was a fashion blogger and he was like really corny, but he had like the best whatever it was that was out and hard to get. He had it. And I was like, yo, he looks whack. And one day I'm not watching him. I get a chime and it's about his weight loss journey. So I decided to click on it. I'm like, this chubby motherfucker. And he had pictures. He was ripped. And he mentioned intermittent fasting. I would go to sleep at midnight or at 10 p.m. I wouldn't eat till the next day, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I might drink some tea, but, you know, I was then low carbs and just intermittent fasting. You know, 9 p.m. was my dead time.
I do that on a regular.
I know. I was about to say, like, yo, we eat after the show, Ness.
Bruh, let me tell you something. I literally eat and spar after 1 o'clock. Like I'll do the whole show, go to the gym, spar, then come home and eat.
Right. I was trying that intermittent fasting during Corona. I did do it on keto. And it was pretty easy because keto get full. Like I was having like 2 fried pieces of chicken with the skin on
fried.
Ghee. Yeah, because you do it on ghee. It ain't like deep fried. It's like you throw the ghee in there, which is milk fat, and then butter fat, and then you fry it. Good. You fry it on both sides. It tastes crispy. It's juicy. And I was having that with asparagus like nonstop 5 times.
Asparagus stink.
Yeah, that make
I
your
don't know
pee
about
stink.
it stink.
It make your pee
Shit,
stink.
shit
Yo,
all
keep-
whack.
Ketosis makes your pee stink too. Going to ketosis,
Man.
but it don't stink like intolerable stink. It's like vitamins, because vitamins make your pee stink too.
All right.
You know.
Yeah.
Moving on, everybody answered that. Next up, Ryan Mesa, aka Dempsey, says, what boxing movie, Rocky's movies not included, do you guys enjoy watching from time to time? Since he's not letting me include Rocky, mine's is Ali with Will Smith. Don't you never hear me letting you talk about Angelo like that again, you hear?
Angie. Yeah, Angie.
Yo, fucking, I know I messed that whole line up, but so what? But I got the voice almost down. But Will killed that shit.
Will killed
Yeah,
that
he
shit.
killed
There
it.
was certain times I would say that's there with Mark Wahlberg's Fighter, but because HBO and Jim Lampley and no voices was there, so it just brought me into boxing. But Ali, I watched that about 3 times, and there's a part, girl, won't you come dressed like that? That was my favorite part. I used to say that to my girl all the time, like, girl, why you come in here dressed like that? So yeah,
Ooh,
I
you
would say
women.
Ali and a Fighter.
I would give
You women
I could
make
give
me
you-
weak.
Look, I
Ali,
could give you $1
Ali
Million
love with-
Baby, Raging Bull,
Yo,
Cinderella
the
Man.
fighter,
Those are all
the
good.
fi-
But the fighter's a great one. Let me give you one that nobody will say, but is really good. Real Still. Y'all seen that shit? I know people are gonna probably laugh at me, but
Bro,
y'all
I
never
know
seen
you ain't
that
talking about
with
Real
Wolverine?
Still with the Wolverine. That's
Yeah,
not
with Wolverine.
boxing,
Yo,
man.
It's kind of boxing,
But
a
it
little
did
bit.
make me cry. I cried
Yo,
like
it was
a
good-ass
baby.
movie,
I cried
bro.
like a baby.
I like it.
But
I fuck with that movie. If
but
you
it's not
consider it a
boxing.
boxing movie, it's a good boxing movie.
Yo, let's do a little flip on that question. Which is the worst one? To me, bro, it was Southpaw.
Our same Southpaw.
That shit was whack.
I would say Grudge Match for me. Grudge Match was awful. I thought it was gonna be way better.
Yo, who
I'm gonna get
remembers
shot
this?
for this. But that booty ass black and white one everybody love talking about,
Raging Bull?
hell yeah, trash.
Yo, that's a fucking great movie. You never got me down.
Yo, and go
Never got
ahead.
me down, Ray.
Yo,
you
when
never
you-
I
knocked
never
me
saw
down.
it.
When you throw that one out, go ahead and throw the other DVD out of what's that other black and white one?
I
Which
don't know.
one?
But there was
man.
one.
The
I
Joe
don't
Lewis
even.
movie?
Yo, what's up? Y'all remember Gladiator, dog?
Hell yeah.
Nah,
Top of the head. Yo, top of the head, hardest part of the body.
Word is born.
yo, hold on. I want to bring it back. I saw this one on regular TV. I was a kid.
What?
This shit made me cry. It was called Champ. Wake up, Champ.
Champ.
Somebody on the show on the listeners got to know that one. Champ
Are you
I
sure that's the title?
or Champ, and it was like wake up, Champ. I think Ricky Straughter from
Are
Silver
you sure
Spoon.
you're
was
not
in
just
it.
having nightmares of Doomy? And he's like, Champ,
Nah.
just trying to wake you up and shit.
Somebody on the show listening, man. One time me real quick.
Damn, I tried looking it up. I can't find shit.
I like
Yo.
Bleed for this was
That's
fire.
the other black and white one that I can't fuck with. Cinderella Man. Fuck both the movies. Throw them
That's
both
not
out.
black and white.
This shit might as well be.
It's during the during 1920s.
Yo,
whatever,
it's
19
called The
It's a period movie, sure, but it's definitely not in black and
Third,
white.
it's called The Champ, and it was 1979.
Wallace, Jack Wallace, I think was in
Oh
it.
yeah, I see it. Here it is now.
I saw that.
Oh,
I saw
Stop
that.
recommending
I saw
garbage,
that on
man.
regular TV.
Stop,
When I was a
recommend,
kid.
stop
Holy
recommending garbage. There's no way nothing from 1979 gonna be good.
I know. He
Not on
some
TV.
nostalgic shit.
It's
Bro.
got a 30.
He probably might look. They shooting with a.
Has a 36 on
What's that
Rotten
mean?
It means it's spoiled, man. Spoiled.
Bro,
Yo,
I only remember one part. I never watched the whole thing. I only remember the end when he was like, "Wake up, Champ!" Champ dies, man.
Champ dead, man. He ain't know how to fight.
Yo.
but that's
Yo, the movie the movie that was beast, my dudes, was Hard Times. You remember that with Charles Bronson, where he fights in a cage with this big bear looking
Charles
movie?
Bronson.
Oh, yo, he beat him up because he grabbed his balls and was
I never saw
KOing
it.
him.
Yo,
Yeah,
Charles
I know what you're
Bronson
talking about, but
movies-
I've never seen it.
Charles Bronson movies were like the
Y'all wildin'.
cheesiest if you try to watch it now.
He the man.
But,
He the
but
man.
back then, Death Wishes and them, those were the shits.
Bro, he was the man. I remember he was in somebody's kitchen.
Yeah, wow,
Old
man.
boy walks through and he's like, "What are you doing here?" "I'm making a sandwich." Then he throws shit at him.
Yo, what was he? Filipino or something?
Charles Bronson, I think he's a Native American, bro. He had a Native American.
Yo,
Yeah,
let
he
me
had
get
some
to
Native
this
American
next
in-
one here. We got What's the interview that you are dying to do but haven't done yet? Brandon Maurice answered for me. Al Heyman. It would be Al.
I think that's everybody's.
I think that's the only
Yeah,
interview in the
that would have
boxing
to be
world.
mine.
That
if
might
I
be
could-
the only interview
if
in
I
the
can-
boxing world to get to 1 million in like a fucking hour.
If I can include anybody dead or alive, I would say Bert Sugar. I got a chance to meet him one time and talk to him for like, I don't know, it's 10, 15 minutes. Yo, it was one of the most eye-opening conversations I ever had with a human being. It was crazy. But it would be him if it was alive or dead. But yeah, Al
Sonny
Heyman
Liston.
definitely.
Sonny
Sonny
Liston,
Liston's
bro.
dope.
I want Sonny Liston's story to be told. I think that's like a black cloud, so to speak, or whatever, around what happened to him, and it would be something nice for somebody to do a wonderful, current, with all the videos and the stuff that they got now. I know back in the day it probably would have been kind of choppy or whatever because of the qualities, but they should do a movie on him, man.
Right.
All right, Big Casual says, when Tyson Fury won the second fight, a lot of people were saying that he was an all-time great, one of the best ever, and number one heavyweight right now. If Deontay Wilder can knock out Fury in the trilogy and make it look easy, like George Foreman said, he can and will Wilder get the same respect, or will they just try to downplay the performance since we all know he has power?
I would say
I think a win
lot
is a
of
win,
people
man.
are haters, and they will naturally downplay it, and we'll have to see the fourth one if it's a demand like that. But if he beats him and makes him look easily, then he had perfect moments, right?
Word.
Yeah, listen, if anybody with a fanship is going to hate when their guy loses, you know what I'm saying? And same thing's going to happen if Wilder wins the third one. They're going to find, they'll start talking about his floppy glove at some point, I promise you. But he would deserve all the credit in the world. Anybody logically thinking would consider that he deserves the credit.
It'll be like, he got him, he hit him behind the head.
He had a brick in his glove.
If he knocks him out 4th, 5th round, boom.
Yeah, nah, it's just gonna be a matter of how it plays out, how we could look at it, bro. He gotta take him out.
All right, we got Steve in Chicago says, if Wilder Fury 3 happens, what track should Wilder walk out to the ring for his ring walk with?
That's a difficult one. I'll say.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
Return to the
going
Mac.
LL.
Return to the Mac.
I'm
Mark
going.
Morrison.
I'm going just as old as you. I'm going LL. Don't call it a comeback.
Damn.
Just loop that shit. Don't call it a comeback. Matter of fact, ain't NWA got one. Just loop that though. Don't call it a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. You know what I mean? Maybe. What about you, Enrique? You ain't got nothing. You ain't recommending no walkout song.
I mean, I just think like, an intense song, like don't call it a comeback.
Undertaker.
Cool, but
It's Drake.
that track, a milli.
It just does it for you?
Yeah, motherfucker, down, make a jiggle pose of the
Whoa, that is not the
those are
lyrics.
not
Got
the
a
lyrics?
mystery,
But I'm rocking with you
like
still.
a pen, cause my second milli, you know that.
Nah.
You can't
Yeah.
stop them, then you pop them, and you pop
I
them
would
like
say,
go to
listen,
the
y'all
A milli.
y'all are East Coast, but I would say something by Zero. Y'all fuck with Zero, right?
Who the
Joseph
fuck
Faye?
is that guy?
Exact. I knew you were
only
gonna say
zero.
Who the fuck is that guy?
that. Man, that's so disrespectful.
Yo,
All my
a
Texas
better
people
dress
listen,
light
bro.
milli.
You better dress light for the walkout.
I'm a millionaire.
A venereal disease in the pen
Yo.
bleed.
He making up his own lyrics.
No, that was actually accurate right there.
Shit. Yo, Carlito says in the UK, have you gone back and watched Wilder get washed by Fury?
Yes, I have. I watched it 2 times,
Damn, I haven't, bro.
and
I
one
watched
time,
it. I watched it once.
I
I
haven't,
watched it once all the way through, and I've actually seen it twice on TV, and I caught like parts
But
of it.
it's really no need to watch it. Like that shit was, you know what I mean? Like it's like you say, he didn't really win any minutes of the round, so it's like it wasn't nothing to see.
well,
Unless
I
you're a
wanted to
Fury
see where
fan.
it changed because the first round he was looking good, he was boxing, but then it just changed all of a sudden, and he never recovered from that change. So I watched it the second time to see that moment, And the third time, I just let it play in the background because I was missing boxing.
Yo, I used to know that little. I'm sitting here like, yo, why can't I remember that? That song was popping back in the day. Like, I used to remember some of them lyrics at least.
I'm a young millionaire, tougher than Nigerian hair, something like that.
Yeah.
My cafeteria.
Yo, so
he go into character when he sing that shit.
So King Born in Oregon says Parker versus Big Baby from Brooklyn.
Big Juicy.
I'm picking Big Baby, man. I'm picking Big Baby.
I don't think Parker's mentally strong like Big Baby. I think that's his downfall. You know what I mean? He's not mentally strong.
On my
I think I'm gonna
downfall.
stop calling him Big Juicy until he gets a definitive crazy win over somebody legitimate. Then I'll let it go. I let go of all the feelings I got towards the man right now for the sport. He gotta have an official last win, bro. Cause man, listen, have we seen him back yet? Nah, right?
Nah.
So we don't even know. We don't know what's going on. We don't know how.
Well, he allegedly signed the Top Rank, yeah?
He definitely is.
Yeah,
There you
he
go.
signed the Top Rank. But I would pick Parker right this second, right now.
Nah.
I think he's been in there tougher. I think that he could change. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say he could change levels better.
He's too
but,
small, man.
He is very small. That would be probably
Who's
the
small,
biggest.
Big Baby or Parker?
No, Parker's.
I mean,
Yo,
he's big.
How big is
But
Big Baby?
I
now?
would pick Parker right now. I think he outboxed him.
I mean, Parker's big. I went to his house. He was like 6'4".
How big is Big Baby now, though?
Bro, he
Does
big
he-
as hell.
Yeah. In a bad way, or like, cause I mean, when we saw him in the camp,
Nah,
he
he's
was
still
always
working. He ain't stopped working.
He's just a big dude. Like plain and simple. He's a big dude.
Yeah, because I know that shit was stressful. You know what I'm saying? They took the biggest fight from him. He fucked up. You know what I'm saying? All that shit fucking take a toll on your mental, man. So like, if he managed to keep himself in the gym and stay in shape, fucking kudos to him, because that shit'll really put you in the dumps.
So next up, Enrique there? He left
Nah, he
already?
split.
But he went to go get the ginger carrot soup.
Because
man.
this is
He wants
all
to do
him right here. This is all him.
Peanut butter versus Lucky Charms.
This is all for Enrique right here, because I don't fuck with these dirty Staten Island motherfuckers picking roaches out of cereal boxes and shit. But Sonny Wood says, Untitled topic. The total lack of disrespect for the Staten Island Mafia. The W needs to be addressed. You guys speak on hip-hop and never mention them amongst the best groups, the best icons, the best brands, the best MCs, best in history. Total
Who,
disrespect. TBV for
Wu-Tang.
life.
He's talking about Wu-Tang.
TBV
Listen,
for
yeah,
life.
man.
TBV for life
listen,
equals
no.
Wu-Tang forever.
That question is directed towards you, Ness, because you're the only one I've ever heard on this show
Man,
that
them
disrespects
motherfuckers
them.
Yo,
can't
I
rap,
was
man.
a Wu-Tang
Disrespectful.
fan. I remember I came out of Job Corps and Method Man was kicking. METHOD, man.
Man.
That was hard body.
Man,
Then
here I am, the Method Man.
Man,
This shit was
Protect Your
whack.
Neck was hard. Protect Your Neck was
Triumph was hard.
I'm
Shit,
talking
all
about
whack.
the early
I'm
Wu-Tang.
bombing
I
time
became a
machine
fan
and
of
Rhapsodies,
Meth.
prophecies, and
They're one of the
hypotheses.
best- They're
That
one of
shit
the
whack.
best
Old dirty bastard.
ensemble groups of all time. You can't cut. I mean, there's an argument to
Trash.
be made that they're the best
They have
ensemble groups
raw
of
Trash.
all time.
sounds. They have raw sounds, man.
Trash.
Look, NWA
Ghostface
was dope.
Killer.
NWA was dope, but in my opinion, Ice Cube was the only person in that group that really truly wrote lyrics. Well, no, I'm not gonna go there because Doc, he definitely did too. DOC, but like I don't know. I don't give them as much credit as I would Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang had
Nah,
fucking
they from
lyricists,
different
bro.
sides.
I
They
know, but I'm just
spilled-
saying, like
they
in
spilled-
general.
NWA spilled onto this side. I remember being a kid having the headphones coming straight out of Compton.
Oh, no, they
Some
were
motherfucker
dope. They
called
were
Ice
dope.
Cube from
We're
a
talking
gang
about
called
elite
nigga with
of
an
elite.
attitude.
We're talking
I'm
Michael
all
Jordan,
cool.
LeBron.
I remember
Bro,
that.
right.
Who
We're talking
remember-
about the best of the best.
Who remember It's Yours? It's yours.
That's
That's
Nas,
older
though.
Wu-Tang.
That was my shit.
Yeah.
See, I ain't even think of Wu. When you say it's yours, I'm thinking the world is mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? The world is
That was
yours.
hard-body
The world
too,
is
though.
Yo,
yours.
hip-hop
The
was
world
the
is
shit
mine,
in
it's
our
mine.
time, dog.
Whose
Hell yeah,
world
bro.
is this? Not fucking Wu.
It's mine. It's yours.
Dirty ass Wu, man. Get out of here. Y'all bugging, man. Trash, man.
Yo, remember that song?
Them
One
dudes
Love?
had songs. They ain't have albums,
I know
man.
you to Tony a bit when
You know who doesn't get their credit?
When the
Bone
cops
Thugs.
came, you should have
Bone
slid
Thugs
to my
don't get their
crib.
credit.
Fucking black, no
Bone
time
Thugs
for
was
looking
dope.
back is done.
Back is
Plus,
done.
congratulations. I heard you had a son. I heard he looks like you. Why don't you lady write you? Ah, yeah, that's that Nas,
That shit
yo.
was fire too.
Yeah,
One Love. There was feelings in the
Yo,
music.
yeah, that wasn't like the Wu. You can't sing none of the Wu shit like that.
Wu had feeling
That
too.
ain't true.
Who had feelings?
Wu,
Ken?
Wu had a
Y'all
couple
seen that- y'all
albums.
seen that,
Yo, they
Who's-
had all the commercial albums, the Cream, the Method Man, but they ain't had like they
The
shit.
purple tape, you crazy,
Bruh,
man.
but that's one dude. See, that's the problem.
no, that
the,
was two dudes.
the purple tape is Raekwon. The
Yeah,
purple
that's
tape
the
is
classic.
Raekwon.
Into the 36 Chambers, the first Wu-Tang album.
Don't nobody want to hear skits from
Great.
karate movies.
You know, I don't really fuck with it like that.
Enter the Wu, 36 Chambers. Ain't nobody. That shit was trash to me, man. I'm just keeping
You
it real.
fired
I was
Dick,
a
you know what I'm
kid.
saying? It was
I was
trash.
like,
I'm just keeping
I was
it real,
like
man.
9 years old,
You
and I
are.
would hear like
What's up?
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck
Yeah,
with. I was
ain't
like,
nothing to fuck-
damn.
Yeah, and look how Mickey
Damn.
Mouse.
Fuck
Yo,
with.
look how Mickey Mouse those lyrics are.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to
Yeah,
fuck with.
yeah.
Mickey Mouse?
Them shit's
Come
Mickey
on,
Mouse.
Chan, that shit was hard from the island.
Yo.
Wow,
Yo,
it's a-
Childhood,
how
you
it
think that's
started?
a-
Shouting at the full
Damn,
moon,
I
howling.
that shit.
Come on, Chan. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, those are some lyrics, bro.
Mickey Mouse
Yo,
lyrics,
yo,
bruh.
Yeah,
After the whole
but people
group,
gotta
Method
understand,
Man
yo,
was
Bruh.
this is disrespectful to a bunch of top MCs, yo, like Common, Talib Kweli. Yeah, like, yo, he doesn't
Trash.
respect none of them MCs.
Trash.
Trash,
Yo,
bro.
them dudes will never get rotation on my fucking playlist, bruh.
That's true hip hop.
Crazy.
That's
true
real
hip-hop.
bro.
Man, y'all wildin', bruh.
That ain't that commercial shit.
Commercial.
We all know that's right with Jay-Z.
Yes. Hova. Yo,
The
throw your
Blueprint just on
motherfucking diamonds in the
constant
sky. Yeah, I mean, listen, I listen to real hip hop, man, not fucking.
I remember when Hova came out with the his like, damn, not what's the meaning of life, the shit when he came out, Reasonable Doubt. Not in my lifetime. What's
talking
the
about,
one?
you talking about In My Lifetime Volume 1?
No. It was
What? When he's talking
the
to
songs
his.
that I keep both of my head where they supposed to be. Can I live?
Yeah.
Oh, what was that?
And I
Can
lit
I
some
live?
flash.
How that start off?
It was like I keep.
Who
both
wanna
of my
bet us
head
that
where
we
they
don't
supposed
stack
to be.
cheddars forever? Through the death of us, me and my confiance, just shine. Yo, Jay
I
was
hear
a
that
beast.
song and I can't think
Jay
of
was
what
a
is it? What
beast.
title? What's the title of that?
You can't spit no fucking Woo shit like that. That shit don't be a bomb atomically from prophecies, prophecies, and hypotheses.
Hypotheses can't define what I be rocking these mockeries.
But
Lyrically
they
performed
On robberies.
possibly they spotted me. Oh,
Shit, whack,
Damn.
man. Yo, when you gotta rhyme every word, you ain't a rapper, bro. Like that's not how you
that's
tell a
called
story,
talent,
bro. That's not how you tell.
Listen,
Bruh.
Bruh,
Yo. What's my man name from Chicago?
Is a high level thing to do, bro.
What's that
To fuck
dude?
with
Twister.
to-
That's
yo,
like
to
that.
Cal, Method Man.
To Cal, Method Man killed it too.
Saying to Cal.
I was never a fan of them dudes, bro. I was never a fan of them dudes. I'm saying, you know, maybe it's because I'm strong on my square. I never could fuck with dudes that's openly in their music talking about smoking woo, smoking crack. Like that just never. Me and my dudes ain't get down like that. We never went partying to do coke. We never smoking woolies in the staircase. Oh shit! Throw the tape out.
Yeah.
Burn that motherfucker.
I know.
Burn that. Because where I'm from,
never fucked Biggie's wife.
where I'm from, we
Tupac
don't do woolies in a staircase. See, I'm really from where, there was projects, 7th Ave projects, Grafton Ave projects, West Kenny Like, I can't be in a staircase smoking woolies with my,
Nah, you
like,
can't. I know what you mean,
you
though.
know what I'm saying?
But
I
that
came
was
up from a
story.
different era.
That was a story. I didn't relate to that, but that was a story.
Yeah, but I'd rather spit Nas stories or Jay stories where they ain't talking about doing motherfucking crack.
You right. Not all of them did. That was a Raekwon story. So if you watch the
And
movie,
listen, and Nas and Jay wasn't talking about picking roaches out of cereal boxes. Everybody had a hard life, but why theirs was so hard? Like every rapper had.
Staten Island was the adopted.
It's the fucking burbs. Staten Island is the burbs. They need to stop acting like it's the fucking borough.
No, you been to Staten Island?
Bro, you
Oh,
That
man.
from all I've heard and read about it is one of
Bruh.
the toughest
You-
spots.
you-
Yo,
ain't-
so that's why they bridge cost the
You might
most.
have more knowledge
That's why
than
they
me on
bridge
this,
cost the
but-
most, I guess.
Strong
Isn't that
Island.
where all the mafia was at and everybody got gunned
Strong
down
Island, baby,
and-
Strong Island. It's called Strong Island. But look, man,
All right.
I actually been to Staten Island. So
I've been there too.
Enrique, you everybody knows you for going to New York more than any of us. You gonna
There's
tell
a
me
part-
it's not a suburbia in Staten Island?
It is. Just
Oh,
like
why?
there's a suburban part in Newark.
Why?
Exactly.
Oh why?
Forest
Oh
Hill.
why? Yo, the suburban part of Staten Island is way more than whatever
Yeah,
little
it's
hood
way
you're gonna try
more.
and find me.
And we could go into like race and segregation if you want to go that route. But the projects that is on Staten Island, which is like 2 or 3 of them, is the worst projects to live in the 5 boroughs.
That's what I heard. That's all I've ever read and heard is that
They can't even
like
get
they
it.
really
Yo, that
get
just
it
reminded
in
me of that Jada Kiss Ghostface Killer collab. Run!
Never heard of it.
I
You
don't
talking
think I
about
recognize
two
that.
dudes?
What? Tim's
Hey yo, he
like
talking about 2
it is
dudes
on-
got 0 spins on the air on the radio. Like Jada barely got spins. He was yo. I swear the locks.
He was hot and then he dropped
The
and then he got
locks.
hot again.
Listen, the
I
locks
never
was the
big
best
on the
group.
locks though.
But listen,
Yeah.
the
I
locks
wasn't
was the
huge
best
on
group that never could sell. Like them dudes, they lyricists, all 3. Styles P.
They raping you records, man.
Nah, bro, but they been got away from them. Like they just never
Nah,
could sell.
messed
What?
up.
You signed the contract? You cannot.
Where was Dead
take
Press
the
from? Where was Dead Press
Brooklyn.
from?
That
Presidents to
though.
fucking
Yeah,
represent
that
me.
was dope.
Dead fucking yo, nobody from New York can fuck with Hove, man. That's just the bottom line, man.
In
Or
what
Nas
way?
or Biggie.
Nah, man. In that order.
Biggie, Jay-Z,
In
and
that
Nas. Yeah.
in that order.
In that order.
You could debate Hove and
Yeah.
Biggie because Biggie was woo.
Nah, Biggie was dope, but that was like so long ago. He can't. He
Off
let.
the
It's
dome.
like Big L. So they was gone before they time. So you ain't really get to see can they last the test of time. Like Jay kept it hot for like 15 summers.
Yeah, but you realize Eminem is the best
it ain't
lyricist
matter
out of
what
all
whip
them
you
you're talking
bought.
about. So what are you talking about? What
I-
are you talking
I
about?
didn't hear
Eminem's
you.
better as a lyricist than all of them. Jay-Z has the most life out of all of them. Like
you know
there's
what? You know what
something
Eminem,
special about
got
Eminem-
against him
one
though?
of them.
listen,
you know what
Eminem-
Eminem got
Eminem-
against him?
What?
He's white.
Nah.
Yeah, but
Nah,
Hell yeah.
nah,
Come
nah,
on, man.
nah.
If
I
we're ever
bought
gonna get hip-hop to
You
a
know what's
plateau,
funny?
like country or rock, you know what I'm saying? It's got to get white. Like
You know
that's
what's
just the-
funny?
that's the nature of the beast.
I'm gonna sound crazy because I shitted on Wu, but I bought Marshall Mathers LP and Slim Shady, and that's
yeah.
unrelatable music. But my man was
It
so
is.
he was so lyrical.
I'm a soldier. Dun, dun,
What,
dun,
bruh?
dun.
Even
Bruh,
before that,
bruh, the one where he's driving with the girl in the trunk, mommy's in the
Oh,
trunk,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like his
That's
lyrics,
early-
his
that's
lyrics,
early.
Only Eminem song I really like.
his lyrics, man. His lyrics
That's,
is just too much,
it,
man. Yo, that song he did with Jay,
Stan. That was the name of the song. Stan. Don't worry about the
Renegade with Jay-Z.
One of them. That was
Yo,
about
no,
Stan, but he had
Stan was
He had
fire.
another song.
Stan
He had another
fire.
song where he was rapping, where he had like tied his girl up in the back, and like
Yeah,
the
and
baby
it's-
was crying.
And then
She
they
was
go
like,
off
"Don't
the
worry,
pier. They drop
That's
the
just
pier.
Mama's got a little boo boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking fire.
It's like
At the
him and
time, it was
Haley.
like what?
Him and Haley driving, but now he had
Yeah.
mad songs, bro. Like, listen, when he did that song with Jay-Z, that's when he really shined. That Renegade, come on, bro.
Oh, he killed him on that track though.
Bruh, he killed Biggie too when he
I
did.
can't go against Jay-Z with Eminem.
You
sorry.
are saying that he did not kill him. I'm not saying he's better. Or
I mean,
nothing
if
like
you
that.
gon-
All I'm
if
saying
you
is
gonna
admit
say that-
he outshined him on
Not
Renegade.
kill
If
him.
you
Put
gonna,
all the time.
hey yo, if you gonna say that, well then he outshined Biggie on that song too that he was on with
Oh,
Biggie.
yeah.
Yo, what's the best
sure.
hip hop beat
Oh.
that y'all remember? What's the
best
best hip hop beat?
Man,
Yeah,
I
the
don't
best
know.
hip
That's
hop
too
beat
hard.
in the last 10, 15 years.
That's too
Brooklyn
hard.
Dome,
Oh, 10, 15 years. I was about to
we
hit you with
talking about
Southside, but
Jay-Z together.
What?
You talking about who shitted on Biggie?
No, I'm saying though, what
No,
is
no, no.
Eminem did.
On what song?
I don't remember the
on,
name of the
Warning,
song.
It was called. No, it was called.
I don't remember the name of the song, but I know the lyrics.
remix after that was one Biggie's
Dead Wrong.
Like,
Dead Wrong.
Oh yeah, Dead Wrong. That was the name of
That's
it.
what it was.
The
Dead
7
Wrong.
different levels.
Yeah.
The devil's worshiping horses' heads, human sacrifices, cannibalism, animals, and damn.
Yeah,
He said
animals and
animals having sex with him.
Yeah.
Some shit. Yo, he was crazy, yo. Eminem is
That's fire,
insane.
bro.
Yo, like, he's a
Best beat
lyricist.
though, best beat. Like, look, honestly, you know what's a really dope ass beat to freestyle to? Grinding. Slow down. Y'all remember that?
Hell, you grinding.
Oh, the
Grinding.
Nori
You know
beat?
what I keep in the
Yeah, the clip.
line.
Ah, Nori, yo.
Yo,
Nori
I
had
could
shit on
stick to that
Smash for a little
days.
bit. I remember 1997, Nori was that dude.
but that was
N-O-R-E.
the clip. That wasn't Nori.
Yeah, that was clips. That wasn't Nori.
No, I know, but, you know.
Nori
He was dope too.
He
though.
was
Nori
fucking with the
the
clips
shit.
heavy. All his beats was from the clips when he came out with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
N.O.R.E.
yeah.
album.
Neptunes,
Neptunes,
that
baby.
was
Remember that
pre-Neptune type shit.
that first single on the N.O.R.E.
I got 5 on it.
What? Yo,
Fire-ass beat,
they don't
too.
even make music like that anymore.
All in my
Fucking
grill.
hell.
Y'all remember all
Bro,
in my
they
grill?
don't.
That was all in my grill. That is just, I mean,
That's
epic.
Timberland.
Yo, I ain't
Talking about,
gonna
right?
front. I used to fuck with Missy too. Y'all ain't
Missy
used to like.
was
I
all in
like
my
Missy
grill.
Elliott. Oh yeah. Why you all in my grill? That was with Missy and Nas.
Yeah, Missy and Nas.
In my grill. Why?
Yeah.
Yo, she was talented
Yo,
too
that
though.
was
She
fire.
was talented too though. And that verse was actually pretty dope from Nas. You know what I mean? One of the rare times he had a dope verse.
You
Y'all
know
ever
what?
heard
Crazy
Southside?
that
Shots
Lil Wayne, who's the dopest lyricist to me, and he's like my top 5.
Nah, he is a fucking
He
lyricist.
said he was inspired by Missy. He used to
I'm
want to rap
sure.
like Missy. When
I'm
you watch
sure.
the evolution of hip hop on Netflix, he said it.
I'm
Nah, he
sure.
didn't say it. Baby Fresh. What's his name?
Yo,
Manny
Missy,
Fresh.
Missy was the
Manny-
shit, man. She was official
She
Missy
was
Elliott,
dope,
man.
bro.
Manny Fresh
Yeah,
was
a
like,
lot
yo.
of-
And
yo,
I
all
like
Lil
Fat
Wayne used to
Missy
want
too.
to
I
rap
don't
like
like new thin skinny Missy, man. I'm talking about
Yeah,
Fat
I
Missy.
like
Yeah.
I like Missy from the Fly video. You know what I'm
Yeah.
From
saying?
the fucking with wearing the trash bag and shit. Yo, she looked
Yeah.
dope.
Oh, in the rain.
Yeah,
Trash
I
bag.
can't stand the rain.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yo,
Super
in
fly.
my window.
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
And we
why
had
she
this
so
Yo,
influential?
we had this Superfly remix by Lil Flip. He was like smoking indo in the turning lane.
Oh,
like,
shit.
it was fire, bro. It was
Yo,
dope.
I remember
Yo,
I had a
Lil
little stint where I was fucking with Lil Flip hard, only because
Hard.
he was fucking with Cam. Remember there was a
Oh,
lot. They had a lot
yeah.
of features with Flip,
Yeah,
and I'm
it
like,
was
who is
just
this
weird.
Lil
Nut-
Flip?
Yo, they had half the animal kingdom in all their photos.
Then I bought his album. It's like, so what you want? Flip. Remember that shit?
That's the only shit I remember from Flip. That Flip.
Nah, bro. You got to get
Flip
that
with
first
the
Leprechaun
Pac-Man
album.
sound.
Yeah, Trojans with my boxes on. Y'all remember that shit? That was dope.
What about that dude? There was a Mexican dude. It was him.
From
I
Texas?
think Flip was on the
From
Damn.
Texas?
SPM.
Izzy brought it up. Mobb
SPM.
Deep,
South
bro.
Park Mexican? That's who you
Nah.
thinking of, Enrique?
What's his
no,
name?
Not SPM.
I don't remember his
SPM,
name.
South Park Mexican?
Nah,
was
hell
supposed
no.
to
It's
be
a
signed to
he
Rock.
was signed to Rock. Yeah, you talking about the dude with the
Oh.
swag. He had a deep
What
voice
was his
too. He
name?
had real good
He came out on
English.
he came out on the remix for.
He was on from Houston.
Yeah, he's
The-
from Houston.
The car shit.
I think his
Well,
name was something with an S, like
the track in my head
Sock.
too. It was kind of. It was.
I
It
don't
was
know.
like.
Azteca, that's his name. Aztec.
Azteca, there it
Aztec.
is. Yeah, he was in that.
He's a
Bun B remix.
fucking lyricist, let me tell you. I think he has some
What
out of
happened to him?
out of the rap shit, like, you know, some street shit and got him tied up or caught up.
He
Yo,
killed.
y'all know nothing about SPM?
that.
Nah.
Wiggy. Oh, y'all got a jam. to
Wiggity,
SPM.
wiggity, wiggity. We talking about what?
No. He
I
was
thought
the
you was
one-
talking
yeah,
about,
no,
Crisscross.
Crisscross.
Oh, Crisscross.
Yo, yo, do me over here taking it all the way back. Yo,
That
the
was-
Mac Daddy
that
make
was
you
Crisscross.
jump. Yo, let me get to this next one. We got Donnie Ramirez. 5 years from now, who do you think out of the top heavyweights, top 10, will still be fighting? Which will be a top player of the division and which will turn themselves into a gatekeeper?
Out of Wallin.
10 years from now.
Out of Wallin.
5 years from now, buddy.
5 years. Out of Wallin, champ.
Who will be a gatekeeper?
I'm
who-
definitely gonna be.
Who will be a gatekeeper and who will be champion? 5 years
He
from
will
now.
be champion in 5
I
years.
could see like Terrence Crawford.
Yo,
He stay out the
heavyweight
street life.
division.
Heavyweight champ.
decision.
Fa Ajabe will be a champion. Usyk will be a champion in 5 years. Dillian White, I think, will still be. How old is Dillian White?
Daniel Dubois will be a champ.
Oh, I don't know heavyweight like that.
5 years. that's a lot of
Dillian
time.
White's 31 years old. I don't know about 5 years.
Joe Joyce too will be a fucking one hell of a gatekeeper.
Oh yeah,
I gotta see. This
I
fight.
called him a gatekeeper. Y'all
Point, though.
disrespectful.
No, I'm talking about for the future.
My man
like,
got 8 fights in 5 years. He got him pinned as a gatekeeper. Damn.
Oscar
you said
Rivas,
for
I
the
think, will
future,
probably. Yeah,
5
you said for
years, Doomy. Open your fucking ears.
I just
5
said.
years.
I just said that, and you were kind of like, talking about it like if it wasn't something.
Yeah,
like I said 5 years,
because my man got 8 fights, and you talking about he gonna be a gatekeeper in 5 years.
Well, what's the gatekeeper? A gatekeeper is
Gatekeeper's
somebody
like
that doesn't make it to be
my
a
nigga,
champion, but he's-
gatekeeper is a dude that can't be a champion.
like Edison Miranda, like a dude who, like a Gabe Rosado right now, like somebody who's that good name that has done
So,
stuff in
is
the
Trout
past
a
but can't
gatekeeper?
get.
Who?
I would say right now he's leaning more towards gatekeeper than
Who?
anything Trout.
Because when I this is my makeup of being a gatekeeper. Gatekeeper is somebody that holds the gate before they get a championship fight. So it's
Nah,
like,
man,
Yeah,
you bugging,
They,
man.
they,
You
they
gotta-
could hold the gate to like that next level.
Yeah,
Somebody that
the
launches you
next
like
level.
like I would say like in a Virgil Ortiz Jesse Vargas fight. That fight we talked about yesterday, it would be a gatekeeper fight for Virgil, but I don't think that necessarily makes
For
Jesse
Virgil?
a gatekeeper. Yeah, we were talking about it's
Yeah,
a
but how-
gatekeeper fight for
for
Virgil.
Jesse.
Like,
You
he's-
mean?
Yeah, well, you know what I'm trying to say. Like Jesse's the gatekeeper in that
Yeah,
fight. You know what
yeah.
I mean? But I don't think that makes him a gatekeeper per se. But maybe it does. Shit, I don't know.
All right, we got John Feliciano says, can Daniel Jacobs beat Caleb Plant in your eyes? In my opinion, I think he has the athleticism too. Just wondering because he had Plant as the 4th best in his Eddie Hearn interview.
Yeah, of course he could beat him. Of course he can. Why couldn't he? You know what's wrong with Daniel Jacobs? I mean, he's a little older, sure, but if they fought right now, I mean, this guy's been in the ring with some of the best fighters, and absolutely, his like compare resumes for a second. It's crazy.
I mean, look, he's not that much.
I mean, what you mean compare resume? What's Daniel Jacobs' biggest win? Peter Quillen?
I mean, he's got fights like Peter Quillen. He's got fights like Derevyanchenko. I mean, he was in tough with Golovkin. Some people say he won. I mean, he
Canelo
gave,
experience.
Ain't nobody
Canelo
say he
all
won.
types
I
of
don't know. What
problems.
are you talking about?
Wait,
You thought he
what
won?
did you say?
You thought he won?
Yo, you need to chill because we could go back to the night of the fight when we did a post fight and you were on here hype saying he won.
You thought he won?
I don't.
He gonna
I'm not
switch
saying
it on
he
you
won.
now.
I'm saying that you thought he did, so other people.
I
thought
don't
he
know.
did.
I don't know what I thought. That's too far back, but I don't remember right
I remember
now.
that.
That's
He
too
said
No,
far
go-
I remember all your crazy.
He was
shit.
about to
Don't-
go Black Mirror on you.
He
Yeah,
says he
bro.
remembers audio.
He's
I
got
want
the song.
audio. I don't believe Mario. I want audio.
I'll get you audio.
For real,
get
bro.
you.
We can't be believing Mario, bro. It just say anything to win an argument.
I think Caleb's on the up. He's on the up. He's a young, hungry. He's a champ. You know what I'm saying? He's a taller, rangier. I think that a lot of us keep sleeping on Caleb, man. I think that Caleb could win against Danny, and if the
Yeah,
question
but
was
that was the
can Danny,
opposite. Exactly.
yeah, if he's saying can Danny beat Caleb, yeah, why not? He's an elite fighter. He's an elite fighter, and even though he's lost to the elites, he's shown that he can hang in there and give them a tough fight. So it's not like
That
they
doesn't mean you would pick Caleb, that doesn't mean you would pick Jacobs or I would pick Jacobs.
Exactly.
The question
Can
is simply,
he?
could he win?
I'm
Okay,
picking
okay.
Caleb Plant, man. I'm picking.
I would pick Caleb
Plant.
Plant too. I would
I'd
pick
pick
Caleb too. But could Jacobs win? Absolutely, he could win. It's disrespectful to say he couldn't win.
Next one is from Josue Boxel. He says, do you believe in a flat earth? We answered that already. That was one of the main topics. Jemmy in Delaware, what do you think about the modern day boxing fan that says he passes the eye test so he will be a certain so-and-so, but their resumes are weak as fuck?
That's been going on from the beginning of time. Though.
I can't stand eye tests, but you already know that.
Yeah, that's been going on. People have been doing that forever, though.
Yeah, I mean, look, what's the eye test? Kind of giving it your all around look on the person and seeing if he's going to be a future. I mean, I do that all the time, but like I don't just do it randomly. Like I have my particular things that I take from that person, and then make that decision. But like, yeah, some guys, it's called the eye test. It's not just in boxing, as in football and all. Can you pass the eye test? You know what I'm saying?
Fucking eye test.
Absolutely. What's with what is Jerome Ennis other than an eye test right now?
Absolutely.
Like, who's he beat that says that he will absolutely be? You know what I mean? But I look at him and I say, yo, he's gonna be. He's got a future in front of him.
I interpret eye test as like the eye test that he's skillful. Like
exactly.
Terrence Crawford, he passed the eye test. You think he could be on the pound for pound list? He is on the pound for pound list. Virgil Ortiz, I haven't seen him fight yet. The kid Rolly, he knocks people out. Do you say, yo, he passed the eye test because he's knocking people out? So
exactly.
I never used the eye test.
I mean, everybody uses it, but it's like, how much do they use it? You know what I mean?
I don't put all the stock that most of these people put into it, but
that's fair.
Scott, the Christian fight fan, says, Ness, do you think 100% healthy Keith Thurman has a better chance of being a champ again at 147 or 154? 147, without a doubt.
147 without a doubt. To me, he gives up something against Charlo that doesn't have to do with skill. Like if you said pound for pound who is better between Keith Thurman and the class of 154, that's a discussion. But to suggest that right now, as it stands, a healthy version of Keith Thurman with what size he'd give up at 154, I just can't see it. I think he'd be better off at 147.
Man, Keith Thurman got so much. In my mind, right, and many fans probably, he has so much. Work still to have been done at that 147, man. I think he after the Pacquiao fight, and I questioned that his mentality, right, like how he felt, because we heard of the rumors of him being in a casino and all this shit, prior to the fight, and like where was he in his mental? Did he know that that was his last kind of like hurrah for a while because of his injury? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't hear the rumors. Was it he in a casino at the blackjack table at 2 a.m. or was it like he was walking through?
Nah, he was with some other people, and it was all over the media with Adrian Broner.
We saw little Evan Holyfield in the casino, not playing, just walking through, being swarmed.
Yeah, but he didn't have the fight of his life the next day, so.
No, but I'm just saying, it's typical to see a fighter walk through. I saw Kovalev walking through after hours in the casino.
Yeah, but you want to be sleeping. You want to
be focused.
You do want to be sleeping.
You don't want people, even if you're not playing, you don't want people bothering you, hounding you, coming up. When we saw Manny Pacquiao, I saw him once through the casino. He went right through that bitch and upstairs, and we didn't see him again the rest of the time. And I was in the casino, so you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what that means either. So was he there?
I just mean that it means that this man was supposedly, Thurman was in the casino in an environment that wasn't conducive to getting himself ready mentally, or is he the type that feeds off of that? I don't know.
You could also turn it into. You could also say, all right, because he was talking a lot before that fight. He could have just been super confident, like, yo,
T-Rex arms.
I'm in the perfect shape of my life. I never felt this good.
Well, it's worth exploring what Doobie said, that it could have been him knowing that an injury was going to hinder his performance and he was going to be gone for a while. He's just enjoying what time he had at that spot. It's a lot of questions, but until he comes back, we can't answer.
I'm like, yo, is my boy just ready to cash out? He said,
I hope Keith Thurman comes back. He gave a hell of a performance against a Manny Pacquiao.
Bro, he's good for the 147 division. Simple as that. He's good for this division.
Bro, we was Thurman all day, bro. We was Thurman all day.
Well.
What's under the shell?
Well,
nice.
Well,
I'm saying.
Next up, come with them bars.
I got to, bro. I'm gonna start.
Next up, Big Super Mech says, "What is something you guys would say you geek out for, other than boxing? Example: Star Wars videos, games, wrestling, etc. Me personally, I'm a big on old school wrestling. Have a big collection of stuff from the Attitude Era."
Yeah, I would say wrestling. I would say Star Wars, Marvel movies and comics is big for me. I got a lot of stuff, bro. So like that's why when we were all in this like Corona thing, I thought, man, I'm chill. Like I'm good. I read all the time. I read at least 2 to 4 books a month. I watch like at least probably 4 or 5 documentaries every week. I watch movies constantly. Like I mean, and I do it because I'm a writer. It helps me to understand, plot and how character development works and stuff. But at the same time, I just enjoy a lot of different. I enjoy sci-fi. I enjoy a lot of types of shit like that. I didn't get into anime until I was like really old. So I geek out a lot of shit, but wrestling is probably the biggest for me. Old school, new school, I don't give a shit. I love anything where 2 people are just fighting. MMA, love it. Muay Thai, I could watch it. Kickboxing, I could watch it. Olympic wrestling, I could watch it. Wrestling, I could watch it. It doesn't matter. So.
Other than boxing, I geek out on like mixed media art, meaning like visuals of like someone took a photo of the sunset.
That's dope.
The girl is in it, and then she is a animation, but it's super sexy and colorful and matches the background. I frequent at like the Whitney Museum or the Brooklyn Museum. I like movies that are independent. So like if I have something, maybe like one a year, I might be like, oh, I'm gonna geek out on that. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to watch that. Like Honey Boy, I couldn't wait to watch it and watch that.
That was dope.
Things like that. But one thing that really energizes me and takes my attention the most, and is just not moving at all, it is mixed media art, or just any kind of art that I could connect with. That could be of a freaking car. It could be like Tupac on a horse, but it's just well detailed, and you're like, wow. I could pause and look at it for a while.
Yeah, I geek out on like Bear Grylls type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like adventure, wild, knowing how to live off the land, shit like that. I like shit like that. I like to get to know stuff like that, cause you just never know when you're gonna get flown into an island with nothing in your hands. So.
and have the predator down there trying to attack you. And shit.
Say trying to attack, but I like to know like little stuff like that. I think
I've been fucking with physics a lot more. I've been fucking with physics a lot more. Like ever since I started watching Joe Rogan more regularly, and they have like physicists on, like Brian Greene's work and stuff, and talking about black holes. Neil deGrasse Tyson, hell yeah. All that stuff interests me so much.
Yeah, physics.
Dope.
Oh, you.
All right.
Yo, Cash. You holding something up?
Jordan.
Nah, I'm just getting uncomfortable, man, because
I know it's hard, right? It's hard to find that groove sometimes. That's
Jordan,
nice ass chair and shit.
My facial hairs are growing crazy, and it's just itching my nose.
All right, so check this.
Yo, let me get to this. Jordan Baker in Florida. What's a couple's positives you guys have gotten out of the crazy stuff going on? I guess he meant to put all. And I guess he didn't mean like couples like couple. He said, man, what's a couple positives you guys have gotten out of all this crazy stuff going on in the world right now? Spending more time with your family or whatever. So what are the positive of being on COVID?
I can get into that one because I thought about it recently. I was like, damn, I need to be more disciplined with certain things. Like if I was to able to hold through the whole veganism, I probably would have lost a lot of weight. I've been running, but I just like, how much can you go work out and then come back? I got to do something creative. I got the itch. I got to do something. I also here with my 2 kids who are home doing, virtual virtual remote school, and I'm here. I have to help my daughter through division. I have to make sure my son's on his shit. So there's a lot going on, and on top of that, I gotta cook, and then we run out of shit. I gotta run back, and I'm like, fuck it. I got this craving for toast and cheese on it.
Well, it sounds like too that whatever you gain from it, the knowledge that you're a fucking great father is probably something to take from it too, huh?
Yeah, but you can't say that. Then it's like Trump saying, I give myself a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I feel you. That's a deep ass thought. You're right. That's a deep ass thought.
But let somebody else say it. That's for somebody else to say.
Go ahead, Doomy.
Cool. But I also played basketball, and I never played basketball, and I've been playing basketball with my son and stuff like that, So there's that bond and shit like that,
I mean,
that positive.
I'm talking to my family more often. Definitely bonding
talking to
with
the
my lady
mic.
here
Talking to the mic more often.
How about your head is a bulb? Nah, but just talking to my lady more. She goes to work.
My man loves to turn his face when he says it. He's like, you just talking to my lady more. She loves going to work.
Nah, Tiggy was next to me. My bad. I got Tiggy out here.
Distracting you.
Nah, that's my
So you
dog,
learning I'm
Tiggy.
easily distracted by Tiggy.
AKA, what kind of
Dazn,
tiger? You
for
bought
real.
that from Doc Andel?
Yo. Yo.
Which
Yeah.
wife you talking about right now? No.
Nah. Listen, it's just like you're with your girl or your other half. You know what I'm saying? For the whole day. You know what I'm saying? You get to communicate more things. You know, sometimes you might bump heads, but like it's been good. It's been good for me. I cannot complain at all. And I'm getting all these banging ass meals made, and I'm getting more time with her because she's deep in the office. You know what I'm saying? I'm here on the internet, but when she goes, she's always into her computer working and stuff like that. So it's been kind of light. So I get more of my companionship on here. Moved to a new place, so I was enjoying the gym, but then they shut this shit down till May 1st. So I just cleaned out my bench. I got my Bowflex dumbbells ready to go. I did my first workout today.
You rubbing it in. That's cool. No,
You know,
bullshit.
yeah, I did some chest. I did some back. You know, the lawnmowers.
You
And
said
yeah,
adjustable dumbbells, and Enrique just looked at you like, "Fuck."
I
off.
know, yo, Rick. I just made them shits brand new. I cleaned my whole set, bro. That
He
shit
was like, I'm selling them. Remember that? Then I'm like, yo,
I
how
remember
much?
you heard him say.
I
I
ain't
remember
selling
you said you heard him say that.
I was
Nah.
gonna tell them too, but like they shut it down on me, bro. And now that I
Yo.
cleaned it up,
You fell in love.
yeah.
My
ahead.
bad. My bad. I cut
I'm
you
with
off.
them too.
I cut you off, and I'm about to go straight off topic. My bad.
What's up, bro?
All right.
Nah, go ahead, switch.
Yo, am I the only one that can't stand them little stupid chain messages where people like, yo, God told me he sees you and he told me to send this and you will be
Always
blessed.
hated that shit.
I don't like
Yo, they
them.
be like, you will be blessed. All you got to do is send this to 20 people and
What
send it
is
to me.
that?
Why would God want me to be texting people,
I hate that
fucking
shit, bruh.
spamming people? Like, I don't think God wants. I think God would be more appreciative if I brought my elderly neighbor some fucking dinner.
Dog, then you
whatever
feel
I got, as
responsible.
opposed to sending shit out to 20, 25 people, whatever.
Then you feel responsible because the message always said, and if you love me, send it to me too. And it's like,
Ah,
That's better
I
than
said-
if you
I
don't
used to
send it,
be-
you're gonna
I
get
used to
bad
get
luck.
those from one of my aunts who was like Protestant or something. I don't know, whatever she was. Jesus said, if you love the Lord and the light, and it wasn't even Jesus, it was like Jehovah. Well, I was like, the only Hove I know is Hove. Now I was
Yeah,
like,
say
yo,
that
stop
back.
sending me.
You did
I was
not
like,
say that
stop.
back to her.
I said, stop sending me this, please. Done.
You told her for real?
Hell
To
yeah.
stop sending? Oh shit.
Then
Yeah, I ain't never did that.
7 years later, she hits me up.
yo,
7
can
years
y'all
later-
see this? Oh,
can't-
man.
A
let
little
me
more to the
see.
right.
Let me see.
Oh
There you go.
yeah,
Right there.
yeah. I see it now.
Nah, I didn't see that.
That-
What is it?
Religion waiting for science to find COVID-19 vaccine so they can give God all the credit.
Oh, man. Yo, they had this lady.
Yo,
they had
you
this
see how
lady
my
'cause they were
man
going
in
to
the
church.
corner like,
Yo, no, they were going to church yesterday on CNN. They were showing, listen, they were showing everybody going to church, right? And CNN was
yeah.
like walking up to people and they were rolling down the window like, you're not afraid to get COVID-19? They're like, nah, I'm drenched in the blood of Christ. And like, well, what
Yeah,
about other
I saw
people? If
that.
you get it and give it, and it's like, are they, drenched in the blood of Christ? They're not going to your church. Some of them don't even believe in
She
God.
ignored
Like,
it. I'm dressed
just
in- I'm
nope. I'm in blood's. I'm in the blood's Christ or what Christ of
Christ
blood.
of the
Whatever.
Lord is protecting me and the
Bruh.
blood of
Like,
Jesus.
oh.
So sometimes the faith and the extremity and the extremeness of it sometimes gets in the way of our best judgment. And
Yeah.
I find that with old school a lot to do with old school people. To kind of get into that kind of like almost stubbornness, but I can see why as a Christian, being covered in the blood of Christ and having that faith, you know what I'm saying, has an effect on your psyche. But you gotta put on the fucking mask, because it also says in the Bible, "Thou shalt not tempt your Lord your God." For anybody that's saying it like that, like, oh, I'm in the blood, you can't do that either. You can't tempt the Lord your God. You're not gonna go step into in front of a fucking moving truck just to prove a point, because the truck's gonna fucking run you over, and God's gonna say, "I told you so. You should have read my word."
Right.
Yep.
So look, you mentioned a lot of stubbornness and old, right? I almost never go into a bank and use the teller, but one time I had to. The ATM was broken, and I just wanted to get some cash, and I was in the middle of nowhere in Brooklyn. So I go in, and it's like 5 o'clock, and I'm the only one, but there's a lady at the window, and she's taking longer and longer, and she's thanking the guy and thanking him, and she pulls out a pamphlet. And it's like hair, and starts to try a whole nother like 2, 3, 5 minute conversation. And you on the line after like 60 seconds, you like, yo, this shit's taking too long. She's talking about the Lord, and the guy's being nice. And I wanted to be like, all right, it stops here. Let's move it. Let's move it. She just,
yo, you would have instantly been like,
bro.
Give me that money, yo.
Yeah. I don't even know how, like, where I live, man, they used to knock on this door. I used to wonder, like, what gives you the courage to walk down a driveway, up some steps, open the sunroof door, and ring the doorbell?
We had that growing up, bro. They're out on the bikes, white
mission.
shirts, black tie. Yeah, they were on the mission, bro. We used to have these 2 older ladies that would come. My grandma would just let them in. My grandma was Catholic. She just let them in.
Let me get to this last one here. Caesar in Vegas says, if they start pushing mandatory vaccinations for this COVID-19, would you guys take it? What are your thoughts about how this whole thing will end?
Let's start with you.
I think you have to take it. Otherwise, you can't. You got to prove. You probably won't be able to get on an airplane. You probably won't be able to. It's probably going to be a sticker on your driver's license, your passport, your credit card, or even... or anywhere.
So mark of the beast.
Mark of the beast.
If you ain't got no symptoms, you ain't got to take no tests.
Bro, they're going to be like, yo, are you vaccinated? Because the whole asymptomatic is the real issue.
Only way that happens is if they actually make a database it's mandatory for your name to be in it. Then I believe it.
I'm glad I refreshed. Yo, Intrigue in Atlanta says sativa, indica, or cross strains. I prefer all sativa or sativa dominant strains, especially when I'm creating. Super Lemon Haze and Strawberry Cough, my 2 favorites. Yo, step your little baby smoking ass up, get on that indica. You know what I mean?
Indica putting me in the couch.
Hell yeah.
I'll get you indica more.
Get you some
galletitas.
Like get you some galletitas, some nice galletitas.
Yeah. Get yourself some cross when it's like 70-30 indica, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got crosses now that it's just like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get the best of both worlds.
Nah, bro, but when I've had some sativa that has opened my mind to shit. I swear to God, like, I'll be done smoking and I'll be writing, and it just, like, thoughts.
Yo, sativa burns too slow.
I
mean, sativa burns too fast, man. It burns too fast. I feel like sativa bud is airy. I said
it. But indica, to me, indica doesn't always last that long. Like a lot of strains are just they're real quick. Like,
bruh, I don't know
if you have a pure indica, because again they're mostly crosses now. But if you got a pure indica, yeah, it's a couch sitter.
Hell yeah, man.
If you got a pure sativa, like you guys just said, creation just
my girl used to clean the whole fucking house after like 3 hits of sativa. She would just be up.
Nah, you in the zone.
She would just clean and clean
Bruh,
and clean. Like, I'm talking about like between the fridge.
Man. Sativa's a head high. That shit is made for girls so they could go to work and shit. That shit whack, man.
Indica have you
whenever I can get it, but most of the time
isn't sour diesel a cross? Sour diesel is indica.
I think sour diesel, yeah, it's a cross.
And sativa. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, anything that's all sativa, that shit ain't rocking.
Yo, that OG though.
It made me too paranoid.
That original.
OG Kush you talking about?
Gorilla Glue. That's the one I'm
talking about. You talking about Gorilla Glue 4.
You know that, now known as original.
Original Glue.
Listen, real quick. Info Joe had one, and it's gone. It was about like, what would you rather have, New Jack City or Belly? No, it was Dead Prez or New Jack City, or Belly or Paid in Full, or Friday or Juice. You don't remember that? That's the one I was gonna talk about.
Belly was the shit.
Okay, I think it was Info Joe. If it wasn't, yo, my bad. I swear, I thought it was Info Joe, but I can't find it. But then I just want to ask this question because it's a good question. So first off, it was Dead Prez or New Jack City. What y'all think? Which one's better?
I mean,
New
what? Which
Jack.
one's better?
I like New Jack. Yeah, which one's better? I think New Jack's better.
New Jack was raw. Ice-T.
New Jack was the one with the Carter, right?
With Ice-T, yeah, the Carter
With
Project.
My brother's keeper.
Yeah, man, the
And
CMB boys.
Dead Presidents, it was just about the robbery.
Yeah, it wasn't about the
But they
whole-
wore that dope ass paint.
Nah, man, New Jack.
Man, they look like mine.
New Jack.
B.
New
New
Jack
Jack all day.
City.
New
They
Jack.
did look like
New
New
Jack
Jack.
City,
Okay,
B.
here's a tougher one. Juice or Friday? Original Friday.
Juice.
What do you mean original? Well, like number one?
Number one, yeah.
Damn, you comparing Juice with that one?
I know.
That's the question he asked. Like, I think it's a
Juice,
good question.
I would compare Juice
Friday's
to
a
like,
comedy. Juice ain't no
Yeah,
comedy.
I feel you, but I like the way he did that though. Like, Juice is a movie.
I would compare Juice to Fresh. You dig?
Yeah, I feel you on that, but I think
Remember
just
Fresh?
asking which one's the better film, like which one you'd have to pick, because they're both, high class films in
Man,
their
if you gotta
genres.
pick between Juice and what?
Friday.
Friday. I'm gonna go with Friday just because.
Yeah, I would go with
like
Friday too.
I like
That's
to
a
laugh
tough
at
one.
Why?
shit.
To laugh?
Well,
Yeah.
for whatever, like, listen, you could Corona got
I'ma
everybody. You got one
stick
DVD
with, I'ma
you
stick
can
with
rock
Tupac,
with. Which
man.
one?
I'm gonna stick with Tupac because he
Juice?
really showed his acting
Acting
skills
chops.
there. You know, he was
Man,
very. Nah, he was. He was a
good,
very
bro.
Old boy
like,
from,
like you could see the emotion in his acting. Like you could tell like he fit that part. Like he made me believe that he was a thug, like a fucking
Yo,
like
and you
he
know
was.
why
He
else,
wasn't
too?
shit either. He was shitting on his own man's. Like he played that
Yeah.
role. He played
That's why
that
I
role.
liked it. Look, where I was from, like, I didn't fuck around with dudes outside. You know what I'm saying? Like we played hide and go seek, we played football, but we knew who was doing what, and we just didn't fuck with them. If our football went in that backyard, we just waited until they put it back out in the front and allowed us to collect it. We did not knock on doors. But that's the type of groups we would see, like people where there was a hierarchy. 4 dudes walking, we would say, okay, that's the leader. We know that's the leader. You know what I mean? But then you'd have other groups where it was like they were more like brothers. So with Juice, that always hit home for me because the groups, like the gang, or not gangs, I'm not, because they weren't a gang, but like groups of friends that had like a hierarchy, they never kept. Somebody always snitched. Somebody always had their own. You know what I'm saying? But if you had like 4 dudes, 5 dudes, whatever, and they were like family, man, them dudes, they got their hustle on, and they were rarely caught, to be honest with you. And when they were all caught together. So I don't know. That's just the way it was for me growing up. It could be different for other people, but we would see groups like that,
Nah,
group of friends like that.
I like Juice, man. That was an alright movie, but
the last one was Belly versus Paid in Full. Yeah, I'll say
Paid in
Belly.
Full. Yeah, Belly
Alex,
was right.
Alex, you're on mute, Alex. What'd you say, Belly?
Yeah.
I said Belly all day, man. That opening
Yeah,
scene
Belly.
was fire.
Belly,
bro.
Belly, and
Mary
Paid
J.
in Full,
Blige.
they can't be compared. They both one.
I would rather watch Belly though if I had to
Hype
pick one.
Williams killed Belly, killed it
Oh,
in
yeah,
a
he did.
positive
Hype
way.
Williams.
It was super visuals. That's what I geek out on, visuals. That's why Alex is like, yo, that opening scene is so fire. I got an image, like I was just telling you, I got this image I want to show you guys, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's fire. And it's from Belly, and it's a painting. But I'll say also, while I'm looking for it, that Paid in Full was a whole nother genre. That shit was like culturally researched. They had like real people talking about that time. It was an interesting, dope ass story.
What's
So
poppin', Kermie?
I'm not giving any of those second or first.
South Central was dope too. If you ever seen South Central,
Yo, he
and
said,
if you
what's
see
poppin',
South
Kermie?
Central, you see this again, this is gonna be your favorite rhyme.
All right, so that is all the questions. Let me go out to these callers real quick. It's looking like who's up? Info Joe, what up?
What up, Info?
Hey, what up, man?
What up?
Hey, no, I
Info,
have.
was that your question?
Would you
Was that your question, Info?
hold up, man? I'm putting this earpiece in. Would you say now?
I said, was that your question? The one about the movies?
Yeah, that was one of them about the movies, man.
I like that one. I'm glad I got that.
Who did you have against? You said dead president over New Jack City, or how did you have it?
Yeah, no, I have it New Jack over dead presidents.
New Jack.
Okay.
And I got Friday over Juice, and I got Belly over Paid in Full.
Belly over.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, man.
That's a tough one right there. I think I'd have got to go with Paid in Full.
Paid in Full.
Yeah, Paid in Full.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite role in that movie? Info.
Oh man, gotta be Cameron, man. Paid in Full.
Yo.
Yeah. Niggas get killed every day, B.
Yeah, that's a legendary line.
Yeah, man. Classic. Hey, I want to ask y'all, have y'all seen the battles, man? Scott Storch versus Manny Fresh, or Timberland versus Swiss Beats, and T-Pain versus Lil Jon.
Who battled Swiss Beats?
Scott Storch.
No, Swiss Beats was Timberland.
Timberland, that's who it was. I thought,
okay.
Scott Storch was against Manny Fresh. Yeah,
Scott Storch versus Manny Fresh.
He killed it.
Oh, you seen it?
He killed it. Yeah, I seen that one. I haven't seen the rest yet though.
Where is that on Netflix?
I saw it on Instagram.
They're on YouTube now, man. Check them out, man. It's worth a listen, man. They doing good battles, like song for song, like I top your shit next, and they getting drunk in the background. Some of them live on the beat machine, adding to the original track. But all of them pretty entertaining though. Yeah,
that sound entertaining.
I thought you would know that, Kaz.
No, I seen the Manny Fresh and Scott Storch on Twitter, but I didn't know the source of it, so I didn't know where to find it because I'm not on IG.
You saw that one clip where Scott Storch was playing the next episode piano, right?
Yeah,
that's what got me.
Dope,
I was
man.
like, all right, I don't know where this is. I gotta find it, and they had some clip of it on Instagram.
But they all on YouTube though.
Yeah, they're on YouTube
and
now.
I think
see the videos.
Joe, let me get to some other callers real quick. We got Stainless. Talk to us.
Stain, talk some sense into Ness with this Wu-Tang shit, B.
Yo, sorry, I'm at work, man. I ain't even hear my intro, so. Yeah, Ness, man, you tripping on that Wu-Tang shit, man. Liquid Swords, man. Only built for Cuban links, man. I'm two great-ass, lyrical, gangsta-ass albums, man. So I'm not even going to waste my time on that. Man, really, I just, I ain't been on here in a week. I don't know if y'all heard, but, my wife was diagnosed with the coronavirus.
What?
So,
Oh, man.
Ain't nobody tell us that.
Yeah, that's why I ain't been on here, man. She's actually due to come off of it Friday. That's the last day of her. She's been quarantined at the house. Locked up in her room. We got separate rooms and everything. We got different entrances to our house. We more partners than anything else. So nobody else in my family has been infected or really affected by it. Thank God for that.
What job she got? Where she get it? Contracted at?
She's in the medical field, man. She works in 2 different hospitals. And one of them they doing testing like they at Vanderbilt University. That's a pretty good pretty big medical college. And she's on the school side. So between testing there at school and testing at the regular hospitals, she got it somewhere in there. But fortunately, because she works in the hospital field, they detected it real early. So they got her right in the quarantine and got her on her correct meds and everything. So right now it's just about getting through that last stage. Her fever broke yesterday. She had like a violent cough that was leading to vomiting. So now she's better on that. So now we're just waiting for that last day to come and get cleared. But that, like I said, that's the main reason I wanted to get on. I know Doomsday, you've been going through that with your sister and your mom's. Info's uncle just died yesterday or today from it. You know what I'm saying? Mayembe, we've all been getting hit hard by it. So, and I just wanted to take a moment. I'm enjoying the show because as usual I'm at work. But you know what I'm saying? It's really thanks to y'all cats. Thanks to everybody on the back call and everything. You guys have definitely helped to keep my mind at ease and keep my mind off of what's going on. So I appreciate y'all for that. And everybody else that's dealing with it, man. Prayers out to you. I hope everything works out for you and your families as well. That's all I got, man. As I always say, please make sure you push that thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. It's TBV for life, man. And if you ain't on Patreon, guess you'll hear this next week because you're stupid. Peace.
Hey man, God bless, dog. I definitely got you in my prayers. And,
see, that's why I get scared, man. It could hit anywhere, like they say, man. The corona don't discriminate. It could get you wherever, however. Today was the first time I went to the supermarket with a mask on. I've been wearing latex since it came out, but I've been isolating myself for real. So I take it real serious, man. It's sad to hear. Especially like when you know somebody and they say, yo, my wife got it, is because, you know, you don't know what is because, but you just say, wow, it could get you. You know what I mean?
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at Chewbacca you just put up. That's
you seen that? You seen that? Yeah, you seen what the caption said though?
That's me after quarantine.
Me seeing my barber after this shit over.
I was gonna tell you real quick. I'm gonna do a challenge. It's called "Let Your Girl Cut Your Hair" during this time.
Get the fuck out of here.
So I'm just gonna let my girl.
Yeah, he's trying to get more people because his girl forced him to cut his hair.
Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. I just don't want to cut. I just don't want to deal with this shit no more. So like,
I'm dying. Bro.
Yo, my girl actually asked me that yesterday. Like, you want me to shave out the back?
My beard. I'll let her edge me up, but that's it.
What I'm saying. I'm gonna let her edge me up.
So let me get to this part.
She's gonna fucking taper me. But
let me get to this part. Let me get to this part in the show that I promised myself I was gonna remind people about.
Yo, dude, look at this painting I found.
That's dope.
That's Belly.
Yeah.
That's Belly.
I think.
You on mute.
That's the scene when they're coming out the car?
That's the scene when they walking through the club.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yo,
right?
So I wanted to bring up the COVID-19. What are they calling it? Like relief, I guess, that the government is giving.
The stimulus package.
All right, but not just the $1,200. Like, you could get your mortgage deferred, no interest, no interest.
That's all part of the stimulus package.
No interest, no forbearance. Now, some people have forbearances, which means if they take 3 months off because of COVID, they got to pay it in 90 days, all 3 months in one shot.
Nah, that ain't working.
But that's because they got bad banks. Yo, so I watched CNN. One of the listeners sent it to me because they had a part on this CNN that was explaining
Trump calls them fake news.
No, it was explaining the payment protection program. It was Trump on there. So I guess it wasn't CNN because it was Trump and the Secretary of Treasury, and they were letting the world know that small businesses could apply for SBA loans for COVID-19 relief. You know, people that have small businesses of under 500 employees or less, sole proprietors, freelancers. Yeah, they get money now. Freelancers could apply. There's all this grant money that they're approving, and in all this mumbo jumbo is where they said that, car payments, it's universal, right? They stopping car payments. And they explained it like that. It was like, it's a pause. So you ain't gonna get interest. We putting a pause. And Trump was, trying to pump his chest. But I'm like, he really doing what he gotta do in a time where America is in need. They gonna remember, damn, this dude got me $1,200. He got my mortgage stopped. He got my car payment stopped. My interest didn't go up. I didn't have to pay those whatever time you're going to be in COVID. If COVID gets stretched out, you could keep stretching that payment. They stopping shit. That's crazy. So this isn't just me listening, right? I listened to this video. I literally called my mortgage company. And, well, first of all, I called them, but they had already sent me an email. And even in the email, it says it like, no late fees, no...
Tell them how long you waited on call.
about an hour and some change, but that's okay.
That's not as bad as Enrique. Enrique was on fucking line for how long, Enrique? 3 hours?
That wasn't my Moe's. That was with my car. I've technically 2 days. So I was one day I was like an hour and 45, and I'm like, damn, maybe nobody's working. It was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But then one morning on the show, you know, these shows go 3 hours. Right when it probably was like 9:15, I was like, let me give them a call, put it on. Let that shit just sit on speaker while I'm on the show. when it was my turn to be like, yo, TBV_, somebody picked up. I like, whoa, shit. And I went through it. And it was like a 2.5 hour wait. I still didn't go through my mortgage or through fucking unemployment.
Yeah, bro, you got to get that unemployment.
The unemployment I did online, I don't know if
I'm
good, right or wrong and shit.
Bro,
yeah, look. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with what Ness said. Look, I'm not a Trump fan. I've never been a Trump fan. I'm gonna vote for anybody but Trump. But the crazy shit that's going on right now with everybody just and I say everybody, I mean like MSNBC, CNN, Huffington Post, like the regular same old same that are just trashing him and making this thing so political. Like I'm just upset at them as I am the president. You know what I'm saying? Like the president has made mistakes for sure, but we can't pretend like other presidents in this situation haven't made the same mistakes. You know, Bush was late with the funds. Obama was late with the truth.
Yo, but that's another thing. That's another thing. When they first said,
we picked up a broken system.
When they first said,
and
listen,
that's a lie. That's a lie. But at the same time, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, because people are putting so much more on him.
System's always broken.
All I know is they about to start cutting that money in 2 weeks. They said they was gonna cut it in 3, and they did that whole live press conference just to say that they you know they're ahead of time, and they about to start cutting people's money in 2 weeks. As long as they already have your banking info. So for whoever people you know who's already filed for their IRS and already had their direct deposit info, well you're gonna be getting your check.
And if you're on Social Security or disability,
and then
they're going to go off of that. You don't have to.
So how does unemployment work? How does unemployment work? Do I got to sign every week? Do I got to log in every week?
Yeah.
Listen, that's how they said. That's how it's supposed to work. But the next package, the next bill that they're working on, they're going to. Man, I can't remember what it's called, but they're gonna be able to cut the normal waiting times to where you're going to get more at a certain time as opposed
you should
to like
apply,
week to week.
bro.
That's how my girl used to get it.
You should apply because I remember I had to go on unemployment for a couple months. That shit was almost like my whole check when I was a truck driver. So you probably going to be all right.
Well, I
Because I think it depends on how often you don't take it. You know what I'm saying?
But it goes off of what you put into it too. So you know you should be okay.
I never took it in my life.
Yeah.
No. How much? Yeah, how much you put into it though with taxes, federal.
Nah,
state.
that shit is automatic. They ain't no.
Yeah, I know, but you're still putting into it though. It's not your choice. They're making you put into programs like that, Social Security.
Man, I'm sure he got I was a truck driver. And I was getting a nice unemployment check as a truck driver, my nigga. So I'm sure you're gonna get a real nice check.
I hope so.
That being said, I hear Rue. He's like, yo, be wary. You know, I hear all that. Be wary of the government handouts. But I'm definitely taking advantage of this pause. Fuck that. I'm taking advantage. Yeah. This is my time to stack right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause the way I look at it is, I don't even want this house right now. I'm already ready to sell. So a house is essentially a lease. Because I was trying to explain this to my group chat and they didn't get it. They're like, yo, but if I got the money, why would I not pay? I'm like, bruh, because is you really about to finish a 30-year mortgage? Like, why would you finish a 30-year mortgage anyway? You after 10 years, you build equity, sell that shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Move on. Like, flip, get that money. You finish a 30-year mortgage for what? You know, you bought your forever house the first time? So, doggy, your house is a lease. So if they could stop 3 months of your lease, take it. Don't argue with me. Take the fucking stop. They're not going to add extra taxes. They're not going to add extra late fees. They're not going to report you negatively to the credit bureau. These are all things you can discuss with your bank. You know what I'm saying? So
here's the other thing. That's a stimulus package in and of itself. You know, you don't know what money you're going to need in 2-3 months. That money could save your life.
Homie, 3 months of pause on your rent. And look, so my best friend calls me. He's got a house, but he rented both of his apartments and he lives with his girl in her house or whatever. And I'm like, bruh, you should do this. I just did this with my mortgage, whatever. He's like, yo, it's crazy. The landlord for this house just came looking for the rent. I'm like, bruh, don't pay that rent because you ain't even got to pay rent at this time right now because you tell your landlord you're affected by COVID. He's got to report to his mortgage the way that I just reported to my mortgage, the way that Enrique reported to his mortgage, and we get that forgiveness. So it's like they need to pass that on to the tenants as well. So I'm just saying, take advantage. This time is a hard time, but there's still some little, things
That's
out
why
there.
I give New York credit.
Make it easier.
That's why I give New York more credit than like New Jersey, because the information of like you don't have to pay your rent is out there. You don't have to pay your rent. People like in New Jersey don't know what to do. So
yeah,
that there goes your friend.
Yeah, man. Well, that was the last question. Let me get out to my Gene Bear. What up? I mean, it wasn't even a question. That was just like us chopping up.
What's going on, guys?
What up, my Gene Bear?
Chilling, man. First off, just want to say, hope everybody is definitely staying safe out there. Again, this thing is dead serious. I had a real close friend of mine pass away on Friday. Yeah, man, it's a sad situation. Yeah, right there in Perth, boy. I know y'all know where that is.
Sorry about that, man. I'm sorry about
that.
How old was he?
He was 53.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that's crazy is that we hear it is very sad. We hear about like, oh, it don't affect age or
no, they say it's more risky for older people.
No, I know that's what I'm getting into, and they say, okay, if you're young, you gotta have like pre-existing respiratory problems, and you can possibly die. So soon as somebody says that a person died that they know, I wonder what their age is because I'm 42 and they ain't too far away.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I was thinking about it like that because I heard someone else died at 53 the other day. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm about to be 53 in a couple years myself. I mean, not in a couple, but like when I get 53, I ain't trying to be considered old and fatigued where I'm at high risk of some weak ass virus.
Hell yeah.
Nuts. This guy literally ran at least 5 days out of the week.
Oh, shit. Don't tell me that.
Yeah. Healthy guy, obviously, the Dominican diet never helps. Greasy food, oxtails, chivo, all that.
Oh, man, I love oxtails. Damn.
I just ate oxtail yesterday and today.
Damn.
But he was healthy, though. He didn't have anything.
But yeah, asthma or something?
Nah, man. It affects everybody differently. My sister had it as well. I think I told Joe this. My sister had it as well, and it affected her completely differently than how it did him. Obviously, she's slightly younger, but still, you know what I'm saying? We not too far off.
Bruh,
and,
that shit. Oh man, that shit.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is scary, bruh. Cause they say it's like scary. Shortness of breath, bro. Like, how the fuck do you even react when you can't breathe?
You suffocate, brother. You suffocate.
You gotta be panicking. You gotta be panicking, bro, because it's like you can't breathe, bro. Shit is crazy, man.
Yeah, man, it's nuts, crazy. But good looking out for definitely answering my my diet question. Obviously, I gotta get myself back in shape. Trying to move up this corporate ladder and all this other moving around bullshit. Definitely have let myself go a little bit. So this time definitely brought me back down to earth. So I appreciate y'all. Paleo is definitely always the way I go, but I'm gonna take you up on it, Ness. I'm gonna try the macros.
Bro, it's gonna be the best thing you ever did, bro.
Listen, if you try intermittent fasting for 2 weeks
with the macros, though.
Weight, with the macros too, and you don't lose weight in 2 weeks, like I'm talking like at least 5 pounds at least. Yo, you can come back on here and I'll do a fucking pie to the face. Whatever you want, bro. I'll do whatever.
But if intermittent fasting,
weight, I'm sure of it.
But if intermittent fasting is too hard for you, because that shit ain't for everybody.
It isn't.
I smoke, so smoke. what's the word that they use? It suppresses your hunger. So it's
Yeah.
easier for me, but not everybody could do that. But macros is super easy. Once you get a hang of it, macros super easy. You can follow a video on YouTube. They got books for dummies, videos for dummies.
You could go to Google macro calculators.
Yeah.
They're not great,
No,
but
don't even use that.
Something to start
Nah.
with.
MyFitnessPal is free, and you put in your weight. You put in all your correct information.
They're free on the internet too. You just Google them.
Yeah, but then you got to always be on a browser. You might as well have it on the app.
Nah, you just write it down at that point. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna
Same
keep
thing.
up
But if
every week,
you put it once in the app, it's done.
I feel you. Okay, I get where you're going now. I get it because it's gonna change.
And then it'll have the graph
there.
there for him. It makes it really easy on MyFitnessPal. But I'm telling you, once you grasp it, you can use MyFitnessPal. Like for me, it took me like 2 weeks of just punching in the food that I'm eating. If I didn't want to punch it in, I could just scan it with the MyFitnessPal app. Whether if it was like oatmeal, just scan the label, and it's already given the app the serving size, the calories, the sugars, everything. So you're to the T. 2 weeks of doing that shit. 2 weeks. No cheating for 2 weeks, doing it, punching
So
in
how
the
you
food.
broke? How did you break it?
What you mean?
How did you break the diet?
Bro, I got down to 216. Remember, I was 278.
Yo, he looks a lot different than when we first.
I'm heavy now, but
Yo.
when I was doing it, I was 216,
No,
and I could have went down
when
more.
When I first seen you, like you were way bigger than what you are right now.
Yeah,
Like
of
even now,
course.
you're still thin. You're still thin, and you still got maintained muscle. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that was like
man,
a
listen,
lifestyle change for you.
You
as
can
opposed
do,
to just
you
a
can
diet.
do, and it doesn't really bother, bro. And then once you have those numbers, if you meal prep,
Oh, that's it. It's
like,
over after that.
like now you know the numbers, so now you make your meal, and then just make that shit 4 times.
And then what it becomes is willpower.
Yeah,
You have the
you
willpower
gotta
to eat
eat
that
it.
food
Eat
and
it.
not call in Pizza Hut or not call in McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. You know what I did at that point when the food started to get harder to eat or boring? Soy sauce packets. I ordered the what is it? Fitman Cook? No. It's like some sauce. You see it all over IG. Not sauce. Sorry.
It's it's like peppers, like salt, like stuff like that.
But it's not. But it's no sodium. It's strictly for working out. I can't remember the fucking name. Jesus. It's some little cool, nifty name, and it's some powder, seasoning that you put on all your food. And it's no preservatives. It's no
was
calories.
it Flavor God?
Yes,
Was it Flavor God?
You're
Yes.
fucking got it.
My
It's
girl
Flavor God.
My girl,
Bro.
I asked her because she wanted to buy those.
No,
too.
they work and they're big bottles. And listen again, if you're doing numbers, that's the best thing because everything has carbs, ladies and gents. Everything. So you want to make sure listen. You can eat salad 7 days a week, but if you ain't reading what dressing you're using, you might as well go have a Coca-Cola because there's so much sugar in dressing.
Eating salad 7 days a week, it doesn't change your body's mechanisms. Like all you're doing is starving for calories. At that point, when you break it, at some point, if you break it, you're gonna fluctuate right back up. Probably faster too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you see, I never just
like a
ate
lifestyle
salad.
change.
I never just ate salad. When I would go heavy
me
greens, I would do like, 2 8 ounces or 2 10-ounce pieces of chicken or steak. Like I always had high protein. Like always a lot of meat. You know what I mean? Then some broccoli. It's hard, but I do it whenever there's a serious fight or a good coach, that stays on you. We got Weber. What up?
Hey, what up, fellas? I just wanted to. I'm doing well. I just wanted to kind of catch up on some of the misrepresentation of this great state of Oklahoma on this particular
on this Tiger
show.
King? Tiger King giving you a bad name, man. Did you ever visit the GW Zoo?
No, I didn't. And let me tell y'all something real quick. That is geographically, that is like 2 or 3 miles, and maybe a little off there, but it's real close to the state of Texas down south.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Let's get that straight, Mario.
Yeah, no, you're right. And Texas is worse with the Tigers too.
Border Wars in Dallas was a lot closer to that than it would be if you drove from that place to Border Wars, it's a lot quicker than driving to my house, which is
really,
yeah, it's they might as well call it Texas. Let's be real. And I just have a question for Kaz. Is he still on?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Hey man, I looked on your site. I was gonna maybe grab a T-shirt or something, and I can't get it, man, unless you're selling shit for $100. So I just wanted to, if you could clarify that.
Nah, I'm still working on the actual website.
Yeah, Jose went MIA on him, man.
Yeah, somebody went MIA on me, but they gave me the way to start changing things up, and the prices I have to change on the T-shirts. They're not $100, so I'll make changes, and then I'm also going to start another tab with like $35, $40 shirts. The capsule collection is $100. Those are all specific kind of customs cut and sold, and the others are high-end sweatshirts manufactured in America for a company that is called Supreme, if you heard of it. But yeah, very soon, man. Thank you for visiting the room. I will get you details. If you subscribe, I could then send out an email blast to all the emails who came in. You're not the first one inquiring. Thank you.
I mean, Weber got an Instagram too, though. Hit him up on Instagram, Weber, at Fight Talk. I think it's Fight.
I'm not on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, TBV_casual.
Yo, I tagged you today. Who using your Fight Talk?
Will somebody hit me up? Hit you up?
I tagged you on it.
I mean, it's active. I'm just not on it.
You not even with her no more. You could get back on your IG. She made you shut your shit down.
Hell no.
Yes, she did. I remember.
Nah.
Yeah. I remember. And you could get back on it. You ain't with her no more, so it's all good.
Why would somebody tell me to sign off of my IG, man? Come on.
Because you know how you do, man.
Good looking out,
when you slide in them DMs, bro.
I'm just saying, if you give Weber, if y'all, because you need some way to communicate like that, you could send him your new designs. Because, this dude actually got some really nice designs. He's just super duper, like, lackadaisical with it. Like, you got to be putting this stuff out.
He's got dope shit, though.
Get me up on patreon.com/boxingfanapparel. It's free, and you can communicate to me that way, too.
Yeah. All right, so that's everything. Oh, I didn't even know you were still there. My bad.
Please, Weber. Thank you. Yeah, I was saying Boxing Fan Apparel on Patreon, which is patreon.com/Boxing Fan Apparel. I'll definitely communicate back to you that route.
Weber, that's it. I'm sorry I cut you. I didn't know you was there. All right. That's it. All right, then, ladies and gents, I'm out of here. And that's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to be doing Castillo Mayweather 1, baby. We got it,
bro. Cannot wait.
Yo, why'd I think today was Tuesday? I scheduled the Castillo.
I know. I saw that. I saw you do that.
I saw that too.
I don't know. That's what I'm
cool
saying.
shit.
Yo,
At
when
least
you
I
love
get
your
ready
job,
faster.
every day is like you don't know the days because every day's Friday. I thought today was Tuesday. It's really Monday, so I get to do that tomorrow anyway, man. Mayweather Castillo. I don't even remember the last time I seen that, so that's gonna be fun. I'm mad though, man. I can't find no nice HD shit. Only thing I can find is on.
You're not gonna find it.
I don't think I ever saw it, to be honest with you.
Why doesn't HBO have that? Like, what's up with that?
They're dropping the ball, bro. They don't have nothing on their fucking thing no more.
They probably sold the rights.
Listen, if you
sold the rights.
I remember Mayweather had an app with all his fights. Like, he doesn't have it.
He doesn't have that no more.
Oh man, bro.
Well, he still has the app, but it doesn't have shit on it.
You sure it don't got the fights? Because we need to find that shit
last
HD.
time I checked, it didn't.
I mean, I'm
It didn't
sure
have
he won't
one
put it.
fight
I'm
in
sure
there.
he won't put it because people think he lost that fight. He probably got the internet scrubbed to that.
Yeah, no shit, right? Yo, at Maury Mugi on Twitter, at Maury Mugi on Instagram. Come follow me if you like more of these Untitled shows. Let us know. And as the information begins to thin out, we've been pretty lucky, honestly. I thought we were
been
gonna
a lot. Yo, there's
nothing,
actually a
but
lot
it's
of
been pretty
news.
good. It is, I know.
Earl's on fire. Tomorrow we're gonna have a good day.
Yeah. There has definitely been some news and people in the boxing world. Shout out to Earl. Shout out to Crawford. Shout out to Eddie Hearn. Yo, giving us shit to talk about.
Yeah, Coach
right?
Larry Wade.
Shout
A
out
lot
to
of
them,
people
but
doing a lot
as
of.
we go along. Yeah. No, what'd you say?
I was just saying same thing you was. A lot of people doing a lot of like content.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, if we get to that point where Untitled's are gonna have to come around more and more, I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I'm
me
good
too.
with
I like Untitled, man.
Me too.
I think Untitled should move to Friday night too, man. Not move to, but additional.
But like an additional, yeah, hell yeah.
Damn, a Monday and a Friday, I think that's too close.
Monday and Friday. How's that?
Yeah, because you do it on Mondays.
Friday
You do it on Mondays, and if you do it Friday night, then you do it Monday too. That would be good if we was younger, because I had some crazy weekends. But like, I'm old now. What the fuck I'm gonna talk about Friday and Monday on Untitled?
Yeah,
you know
but we have a Thursday night show, so that's tough. I think Friday night would be the best, honestly.
If there was no Monday.
And maybe if we didn't have
but
any
I always
shit,
pick Monday because like I'm a movie guy, so I always watch movies. Then I could talk about them. But
I'm just talking about Friday because I don't got nothing to do Friday night. I can socialize, improvise.
Yo, we gonna have a virtual watch party Friday, B. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a BYOB virtual watch party
on Zoom.
Yo, I've been looking into Zoom, yo. That look like is the next wave for real.
Yeah, Zoom is dope. Like I did a couple meetings on Zoom.
I just don't like that some people don't have an avatar. I hate no avatar. That shit. I wish I could.
But you can make your own avatar.
I feel you, but I can't make you make one. That's the problem. I don't like the silhouette avatar. Like, get your ass out of there.
So tell them post their pictures, just upload.
And from what I'm reading, I don't like the open mic aspect. Like, I don't like people just could pop on. Like, dog.
They have to mute themselves.
No open mic. Nah, because not everybody is microphone conscious. Like, people don't understand how to podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? They just think it's an open air conversation. It's not, man. Audio quality is very important. The person on the other end of this listening, doing they run, they don't want to hear no spikes in the audio.
It's different, like if you're like a Joe Rogan or like man, what's the Asian comic's name from Mad TV? I forgot his name. Like they do it in house. You know what I mean? They're in studio. That's a lot easier to just free flow. But that's why, like, I continuously put myself on mute all the time if I'm not talking. It's just a habit because of audio quality. You know what I mean?
One day we'll be in that studio together, and
then
it won't matter. That's the problem, is that we're all remote, so there's gonna be some feedback if we don't remain muted. But yeah, man. Good night, fellas. See you tomorrow. Peace.
TBV_casual fan, Twitter and YouTube, patreon.com/boxingfanapparel, or go to my boutique, www.boxingfanapparel.com, and check it out.
Peace.
Peace.